Welcome back, True Seeker. Back-to-back Sundays, big death news in the world of sports. Last weekend, it was Don Nelson, the NBA great and coach. And this week, it's Tommy John, who played 26 MLB seasons and is dead in 2026. Of course, people know Tommy John because of the famous surgery that was first performed on him and now performed on a lot of major league pitchers. We're going to see what's so interesting about the day that he got injured, resulting in the Tommy John surgery in light of him dying on the Jesuit order's birthday. And there's a lot of interesting things beyond just the date he was injured, which we'll get to. And then we also want to talk about Joey Logano winning the first Saturday race of the NASCAR season. The first Saturday race on the Jesuit order's birthday. Now, recall last week, August 9th, the day leaving 144 days left in the year, the 54 car won. And as we talked about, Jesuit order equals 144. With numerology applied, Jesuit order equates to 54. So go figure that on the Jesuit order's birthday, Joey Logano wins, who's born on the 144th day of the year. And think about all the 144 Jesuit rituals we've covered over the years, but especially just in recent days. Been talking a lot about Spokane burning up, synced with the Jesuit Gonzaga University, where they say, go forth and set the world on fire. Spokane burns up while the city's 144 years old. The Jesuit motto, go forth and set the world on fire, equals 144. British Columbia starts a mega blaze on the anniversary of the Jesuit suppression ending, August 7th, the Bald Range Fire, when the founder of the Jesuits is known for being bald, Mr. Ignatius Loyola. That Bald Range Fire began 144 days after the Prime Minister's birthday. Mark Carney, who's Jesuit educated, and on and on and on. You know, we talked about how the last rigged presidential selection would come in for Trump 144 days after his birthday. It did. In 2020, we said Jesuit educated Joe Biden should win because Jesuit Georgetown simulated that he would win 144 days before the election, and on and on and on. But yeah, you know, rigged races, rigged elections, it's the same people clearly doing it all. And we're going to bring these numbers right into what happened to here, old poor Tommy John. But yeah, Joey Logano, born May 24th, the 144th day of the year, wins the first NASCAR race hosted on a Saturday. And notice they had to have that first Saturday race on the Jesuit order's birthday, August 15th. From his birthday to the race, 84 days. The Jesuit order equals 84. The Catholic Church equals 84. Jesuit equals 84. While we're at it, Tommy John surgery equals 84. We'll cover more on that in a minute. And then Joey Logano, he's 36 years old right now. This gets real interesting. He's 36 years old right now. The Jesuit logo, IHS, for Jesus Hominum Salvator. IHS equates to 36. He won the Richmond Cup race. Now, I also have to remind you, what was the story we covered in Virginia before the race went off? We had a mass shooting at a Virginia college that's 144 years old, right? That's what we covered in the morning. The Virginia State University shooting was at a 144-year-old campus. So that's what happened first. And remember, August 15th is not only the Jesuit order's birthday, it is the Assumption of Mary Day for the Catholic Church. The Assumption of the Virgin Mary. Virginia. These rituals happen in Virginia on the Virgin Mary special day. And as I pointed out a gazillion times, the nation's capital, the reason it's where it is because of the Jesuits. And where did they set it? Right between Virginia and Maryland. Virgin Mary. So obvious. I don't know how more people don't see it. But anyway, notice how Richmond Cup Series equals... Or excuse me, not Richmond Cup Series. Richmond Cup race, what they call it, equals 151, just like Jesus Christ. That's the 36th prime number, going with IHS equaling 36 and Joey Logano equaling 36. And by the way, I just got to stop and say, hey, shout out to Jason. Jason called in during the week with why he thought Joey Logano was the guy in this race. He had a few other hedge bets, but he made a great case for Joey Logano calling this stuff out before the race went off. We knew to look for the Jesuit numbers. I've educated the community well on the Jesuit patterns. And let's just continue with this because there's even more. That Jason called this stuff out before the race happened. He pointed out that Team Penske, if they won, would get their 666th total win. They did. They got that magic number, 666, biblical number, as is 144. And these numbers actually come together, 144 and 666. Remember, if you write out mark of the beast, it equals 144. And something I learned in the early days of doing this research, when I first found that in Gematria, I was like, wow, that's weird. I wonder if there's a connection with 144 and 666. If you add up the first 144 decimal points of pi, because pi goes to infinity, the first 144 decimal points add up to 666. So this stuff is so cleverly thought out. It is mind-blowing, but we've been talking about this stuff for a long time. So just think about how perfect all this is, right? Think about how perfect it all has to be. What a script. The 36-year-old wins the Richmond Cup race on the Society of Jesus' birthday, a.k.a. the Jesuit Order. Perfectly synced with his birthday. Who has the perfect birthday? To get Team Penske the 666th all-time win. They race across multiple racing sports. And notice Penske Racing equates to 122, like the Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator. I put Pope Francis up there as well because he was the first Jesuit pope and he was the 266th pope in the history of the church. You can see Isus Hominum Salvator is also 266. Again, if you're new here, this practice coin numbers in the words, 4 base ciphers of the English language. Alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. Doing the same thing with the alphabetic order in reverse, meaning Z is 1 back to A is 26, and both orders with numerology applied. Super simple. So, okay, so this is the first part, and then continuing down the line, he does drive the 22 car. Jesuits, the plural equals 22 for the record. From the anniversary of Team Penske being established to this ritual being pulled off on August 15th, that's 191 days. Society of Jesus is 191. Society of Jesus is also 79, like Richmond Cup race. And it was the 84th day of Logano's age. That's true. What's also true is you could just say it's 83 days after his birthday. So you're not including the day of birth. You're just saying it's 83 days later. Again, just for people who need clarification with that, if your birthday was May 24th, May 25th would be the second day of your age. May 25th would also be one day after your birthday. But Richmond Cup race, 83. And that 79 and 83 thing is interesting because the true name of Jesus is Yeshua, which is 79 and 83. And, of course, Tommy John's dead at 83 on the same day. So. But yeah, we started yesterday talking about the shooting at the 144-year-old campus at the Magnolia building, for the record. Magnolia, another 144, also 72 like Jesuit Order. Did you catch how Magnolia was 36 and 45 like IHS? Same numbers we ended up talking about in the race, in the same state, on Virgin Mary Day, going with Virginia. So... again, this knowledge, it really should be understood by every English-speaking person. Everybody would be benefiting. There's so many ways to benefit from this knowledge. Seeing through the rig is a big-time benefit. Now you're not being manipulated with rig sports. Seeing through the rig news, you're not being manipulated by that. Seeing through the rig politics and elections, you're not being manipulated by that. And now maybe instead you're saying, you know what, this is disgusting. Let's stop this. And all of your fellow people are also aware, and they're probably also... And just imagine a world where people are knowledgeable of what's actually going on, you know? Right now, the whole internet just full of videos analyzing Andrew Wilson versus Candace Owens, a completely worthless debate where everyone's time and energy was wasted and no truths came out. Maybe if there was any truth, it's that, yeah, people should be questioning the mainstream story, but no shit. I mean, is that really any... I mean, give me a break. So, yeah. Transitioning to the Tommy John story. The news broke today that he died yesterday. And dead at 83. We know the song Murder by Numbers by the Police came out in 83. It's about how killing's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. Of course, not everyone who dies at 83 is murdered, but let's look at how perfect this was for the Jesuit Order's birthday. And isn't it interesting that he played 26 seasons? That's a lot of seasons and is dead in 2026. And 26 isn't an arbitrary number. If you've read my first book, Letters and Numbers, the first chapter is why is there 26 letters in the English alphabet, and I get into why. But ball game 26, game 26, athlete 26. Babe, today, the day they announced it, it's Babe Ruth's death anniversary. He died yesterday, but they announced it on the anniversary of Babe Ruth's death, one of the most famous baseball players of all time. Made his name with the Yankees after getting traded from the Red Sox, starting the curse of the Bambino. A team like Yankees has 26. Names like Jordan have 26, and Brian, and we all know what happened to Kobe on the 26th day of the year, which was the 37th anniversary of Bear Bryant. But yeah, 26, special number. And let's just go through it. It says Tommy John, whose major league career was extended after he became the first player to undergo the elbow surgery that now carries his name, Tommy John surgery, has died. He was 83. He had been in hospice care at his home in Bradenton, Florida. The left-handed pitcher spent 26 seasons in the majors and won 288 games. He won 201 games in one of the leagues and 87 in the other. 201 and 87 in the two respective leagues. Remember, the founder of the Jesuits is Ignatius of Loyola, whose name equals 201 and 87. Put it together, 288, right? Again, we're talking about dying on the anniversary of the Jesuit Order's birthday, which was founded by Ignatius of Loyola. Let's see here. 164 of which came after his elbow famously was repaired. Only scandal-plagued Roger Clemens has more career victories in the modern era and isn't in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Already an all-star pitcher with the White Sox earlier in his career. See, the White Sox mention's interesting since that's the Pope's team. You know, the Jesuits served the Pope. We're in the time of Pope Leo. Congrats to the winners. We smoked the MLB and WNBA again today. Took advantage of another Pope Leo ritual with the White Sox. We'll get to that in a minute. John was a standout starter with the Dodgers when he tore the ulnar collateral ligament in his left elbow during the 1974 season. He got injured in the 74 season, right? I really want to go over the specific date he got hurt in 74. If you saw yesterday's videos, the 74 should really be jumping out. We're talking about the Society of Jesus. After missing all of 1975, John returned with Los Angeles a year later and quickly returned to top form. In 1977, John finished second in the National League Cy Young voting. In a farewell letter published online on August 8th during Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium, John thanked Job, whom John said saved my arm and made it possible for me to continue pitching. That surgery has since gone on to save the careers of countless pitchers, including many of the very best in the game today. So, the day he got hurt was July 17th, 1974. July 17th, right? It can be written 17/7 like 177, the Jesuit Order 177. There's that 84 again. He's dead at 83, thus in his 84th year of life. Shout out to the people sending the nice tips today. A lot of people had a monster day today. Glad to see people winning. This happened in 74 too, right? Jesus is 74. Jesus Christ is 74. If you missed yesterday's videos on the massive earthquake in Indonesia, 74 days from the anniversary of the Jesuits recognizing their seismology study headquarters at St. Louis University. And also what I'd been saying, I mean, we said look for a big earthquake on August 15th for the Jesuit tributes. Again, seismology is known as the Jesuit science. And then we've been saying it all year, look out for a major act of weather warfare on the 74th anniversary of the first admitted act of weather warfare, which was August 15th, 52. It ends up being the first hurricane. The qualifying wind speeds for a hurricane, 74 miles per hour. They said it was created because of El Nino. El Nino literally means Christ child or Jesus Christ. Been talking about these things for over a decade. So all this 74 stuff came together yesterday, and it turns out there was one more. Tommy John going down, who got the famous surgery in 74. Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, parables. They're all 74. All 74. It's interesting. His birthday is the 142nd day of the year. Gematria is 74 and 142. Wouldn't it be interesting if he didn't even really get that surgery, but they just branded it to his name? It's obviously a real form of surgery. People get it, but it's just sometimes you wonder. It's like, they do fake injuries in sports. It could have been the newest, latest, greatest procedure at the time, and for whatever reason, they just decided to brand it to him. A part of me really does wonder. A lot of fake injuries in pro sports. But anyway, Tommy John, dead August 15th. I mean, what are the odds? Got the injury on 17/7 and 74. Market the new surgery procedure to Americans through a pro athlete. Maybe. Because, I mean, the thing is, if you know pro baseball, some of these guys who've gotten the Tommy John surgery, they do come back, but then they don't last very long and they're injured again. This guy went on to pitch for like a whole. When did he retire again? I mean, hold on. What year did he come back? 89. So he pitched for a whole nother decade. I mean, most pro baseball players don't even last a decade. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So anyway, notice Jesus Christ has the 43 and 74. Remember, they say Jesus' crucifixion date's April 3rd, but Tommy John's also 43 too, right? And then he dies on the Society of Jesus' birthday. He died 85 days after his birthday. Isus Hominum Salvator, that Jesuit motto, the IHS thing, is 85. You could also say he died on the 86th day of his age. Jesuits is 86. Of course, we know blood sacrifice is 86. Human sacrifice is 86. Remember what we talked about last week? Don Nelson died 86 days after his 86th birthday, and he was born on Mercurialia, the day the Romans would celebrate Mercury. Mercury 86. So back-to-back Sundays, the news breaks of a sports icon, and they're both 86 rituals. And these men are used as symbols, right? Symbols 86. That's what I used to call 86 when I first started this. I said, this is the symbol number. I didn't know what else to do with it. Because I know symbol, triangle, and pyramid were all 86. I was like, there's something up with that. The symbol, the pyramid, the triangle, so famous because of the US dollar bill. So what is it about all those things equaling 86? Well, again, these numbers don't mean just one thing, but we do see that it is this high Jesuit, high blood sacrifice number too. Some people theorize the pyramid was really a tomb. It's meant to be a tomb. But yeah, dead at 83. Again, murder 83. Look up the song Murder by Numbers from 1983 by The Police about how killing is as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. And again, here are his stats right here for his long MLB career. He had 201 wins in the American League and 87 in the NL, just like I said a second ago. Ignatius of Loyola founded the Jesuits August 15th, 1534. Just happened to be that way, 201 and 87. And again, this is where the body of work for going on over a decade, 13 years now. It's been 13 years. I figured this out in the middle of August in 2013. But over all these years, this is how we came to the hard conclusion that, yeah, it's the Jesuits doing all this. I mean, you just see all the biggest rituals are around them. Again, they're the ones that implemented the language in the calendar. They've been paying tribute to their numbers, their code all this time. It's been right there in front of everybody's face. Every day, the hits keep on coming. The evidence keeps mounting. So, let me see. What else could we say here? Oh, yeah, the Tommy John surgery part. Just look how Tommy John surgery is 84 and 78, just like Jesuits 84 and 78. And for the record, so is Sunday. He died on a Saturday, but they saved the news for today. Sunday and Jesuit are the exact same in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. 84, 21, 78. You just saw the Dukes of Hazzard actor die at 84, 21 days before his birthday. That was just the other day. Next day, crazy earthquake on August 10th. But yeah, August 9th is the day, leaving 144 days left in the year too. So 84. Same pattern here as Joey Logano in a sense. 144th day of year is his birthday, wins the race on the 84th day of his age. But yeah, again, I mean, the other value of the knowledge is just being able to take advantage of the rig. And WNBA today, Sky beat the Storm 82-80. You got to love it. Beating Seattle again with 82. You see it all the time. Seattle 82. I just showed you about that movie about the Last House, which came out on 8/7. Bill Gates 87, 82 days before his birthday. You know, COVID, Seattle, Pfizer, all that 82 business. Playing on our reminders of being indoors, scared of the cooties. After the outbreak in Seattle, the first confirmed case in the world, almost a decade to the day of Bill Gates pledging a decade of vaccines and saying in 10 years there'll be a push to jab the whole world. Space Needle, biggest needle. I mean, but anyway, we were just talking about this. So anyway, you see the Sky. They beat the Storm 82-80. And we thought the Sky were the top center today. Again, we always look at both sides. Sky can stay on 22 losses. They did. Storm 22. The date numerology today was 7. I saw a headline I saw on the Russia-Ukraine war was some attack today, 7 dead. It's just like, you pay attention to date numerology, you'll just see it from sports to news. But the Storm stayed on 7 wins. The Storm stayed on 16 home wins versus the Sky as a franchise. 16 breaks down to 7. So these were the top clues. There were some things to think about on the other side. You could have thought about the Storm with the points. If you did take the Storm with the points, that would also work. They were a 2.5-point dog. They lost by 2, so that means they covered the spread. The Fever were a slight underdog on the road. You can see this one's a lot more lopsided for the Fever. Fever can get the 23rd win. Did they get the 23rd win today? They did. Dream 23. They like to have Caitlin Clark beat up the Angel Reese girl. And you got to love, I mean, just you see the same numbers with these teams all the time. They beat the team named after MLK with 95 points. Martin Luther, who wrote the 95 Theses. Martin Luther King Jr., who was assassinated on the 95th day of the year. But yeah, the Fever got the 23rd win. They could win their 4th straight game in the 4th state. And yeah, just a few more notes about looking ahead, too, that made a lot of sense for the Fever. So the Fever had nice value today, a lot of narrative that made sense. Bada bing, bada boom. And then my hometown, Portland Fire. You guys, just the other day, they had the Fire play the Storm, right? And Fire equals 29. Fire and Storm are in Portland and Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, where it's burning up. The Storm just got their 29th loss. They lost again today, so they got their 30th loss, but their 29th loss came against the Fire while the 2 states are on fire. This is how these people operate. Rig news, rig sports, same numbers intersecting all over the place. Can't talk about it enough. But yeah, the Fire today, they had a little more date numerology going their way, and this 7-4 pattern's been really good. With the Oregon team, the Portland, Oregon 74. So on a 7-date numerology, the Mercury could fall to 7. I didn't finish that sentence. It was 7-4 at home. That was my bad, but or I think it was actually 7. We talked about it in the stream. It's 7-4. It's 7-4 versus the Fire. I didn't finish writing out that sentence correctly, but anyway, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Congrats to the winners. And then MLB today. Let's see here. The Orioles. We saw that the Orioles could sweep the Rays at the start of the series. And they did. And they were plus money every single game. You see how the Orioles are on 63 losses? Now they're 61-63. But they stayed on 63 losses, and they became 6-3 versus the Rays for the year. 6 wins, 3 losses for the year while staying on 63 losses by sweeping the series. So that was something we eyeballed at the start of the series. The Rays also got stuck on 41 home wins by not winning a game, just staying on 41 versus Baltimore. Orioles were plus money every single game. They were the underdog every single game, and they smoked the Rays today. The Braves and the D-backs gave the D-backs the edge because this 42-59. And again, people say, like, why can't you pick every game? I mean, some games are challenging, and you just have to weigh the scales. That's why I write out the 2 scenarios, and I put on what's on top, what I think's on top. In this game, this was the threat. We sided with the Braves, that the D-backs could get the 59th loss, and the Braves could get the 42nd home win. Atlanta, Georgia is 59, where they got the 59th loss. And the Braves got the 42nd home win over a team that really likes 42. Diamondbacks equals 42. Arizona equals 42. But the threat was that the D-backs could get the 67th win. They didn't get that. There was a little bit more for the hometown Braves. And that's why we put it on top. The Pirates and the Red Sox. The Red Sox got their 58th loss today. That was the top scenario. I mean, there was other things there too, but the 58 is something that really jumped out. That number plays in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh equals 58. Even Pittsburgh, PA is 58. So Pirates win. And there's probably something to the score being 8-3 on the anniversary of the great Bambino's death. You know what I mean? 3-8, 8-3. Death 38. His legacy is connected to the curse of the Bambino, which lasted 86 years. Red Sox traded the great Babe Ruth to the Yankees. Yankees won a whole lot. Red Sox didn't. But death 38, murders 38 and 83. Yankees got past the Blue Jays 4-3. And if I remember right, that was a big number on today's game. Yankees were the underdog today, too. What was it about 4-3? Or maybe I just thought there might be a 4-3 score. Ontario's 43. New York Yankees is 191, the 43rd prime. But yeah, I mean, you can see this is the narrative for the Yankees. These things up here, and this is what the Blue Jays got going. So you always hear my hair say, Zach always writes this or that. He does that for every game. Sometimes there's nothing on the other side of this. Sometimes it's a one-way street. But again, when you listen to my critics, you're listening to just low IQ morons. Again, what we do every day is we just weigh the scales. That's what you should do with everything in life. You should look like, okay, if I do this, and this is good, but this isn't. It's the same thing with evaluating which are the better games. You look for the most lopsided games. New York is plus money. They play. For people who don't know what that means, say you bet $100. If you won today with the Yankees, they paid plus 111. And that is something to pay attention to with these lines that ESPN shows. A lot of times when the money line is showing a number that connects to the team, it's actually a pretty good sign for that team. ESPN was showing that New York was plus 111 today. So where'd they go? So the Yankees win 4-3. And that's what we wanted to see. The Blue Jays got their 65th loss. That was probably the top clue in that game out of everything. New York Yankees is 65. Like I said, it's also 191, the 43rd prime. And the White Sox and the Tigers. You see how the White Sox stayed on 58 losses? The Tigers pitcher, he didn't get the decision, but even when pitchers don't get if you don't follow baseball, a pitcher can get a win or a loss, or he can get a no decision. If the win doesn't get credit to him or the loss, the game wasn't on him. But there was the indicator with the starting pitcher who came in for his career with 5 wins and 7 losses. And every single time this year, and this is an exaggeration, every single time there's been a 58 ritual or a 5-8 ritual that could go in the White Sox favor, it has gone that way every single time. Pope Leo XIV 58, who became Pope on May 8th, is a White Sox fan. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll warn you, though. There's been some nice 13-9 rituals that made a lot of sense that have failed this year. That pattern hasn't worked out. It's hit some. It's been like 50-50. But 58? Look out. Man, it's been dynamite. So, yeah. So that's why we favored the White Sox. And the Marlins and the Reds. Oh, yeah. This classic pattern. 2 days in a row, the Reds get stuck on 59 wins. They love that number with Miami. Miami Marlins, 59. Don't overthink it. So here was the narrative for that game. And let me see. Did the Reds pitcher get the decision in that one? He didn't get the decision either, but he had a narrative to not win. So yeah, that was good. Padres and Guardians got this one wrong. Can't be entirely shocked. 33 in Cleveland just isn't what it used to be. This was the big threat in this game. These two things, the Guardians could get the 65th loss, and they did. San Diego Padres is 65. But the reason I went with the other narrative is because the team that didn't lose could have got their 59th loss overall, and they could have got their 33rd road loss in Cleveland. Cleveland's 33, Sunday's 33. And just to make a point, today leaves 137 days left in the year, which is the 33rd prime number. So ultimately, by default, we took the 33 narratives, but we knew the 65 was a big threat. Guardians have been a little bit annoying. So yeah, that was kind of disappointing. But hey, so far we've gone through a lot of games. That was the first one we got wrong. Nationals and Mets. The Nationals fell to 60 and 66 today. 60 and 66. And in this game, I felt strong that if you took the Mets, you needed to hedge with the Nationals with the runs. So you could have won 2 times on this game. The Nationals did lose by 1. If you take the Nationals with the runs, they can lose by 1. So this was a double winner. But the Nationals falling to 60 and 66. Good job, my callers today. My callers kept me on point on this game. Queens, New York, where the Mets play. Remember, Trump's from Queens. He came out to Queen. We are the champions in the 2016 election. But Queens, New York is 60 and 66, just like what the opponent's record became. The Nationals fell to 60 and 66. We've seen a million rituals with Donald Trump in 60. Think about it. The Mets have orange, like Trump's this orange goon. Their color's blue, like Trump's really a Democrat. Again, there's no parties, you guys. Wake up. Trump was a lifelong Democrat until Obama became president. Anyway, there are no political parties. Everyone go, what do you mean he's really a Democrat? I mean, there's no political parties. He might as well just be a Democrat. He was a lifelong Democrat. And don't forget, the Democrats' colors decades ago was actually red, and the Republicans used to rock blue, and then they switched it in the time of Reagan? But anyway, the last mega guy, the last Hollywood actor guy. But yeah, 60 and 66. Nationals stayed on 33 road wins. We were just talking about why 33 is significant today. New York equals 33, Nationals 33. So that was a nice double winner. The Phillies gave the Twins that 65th loss. How many times have I taught you guys about Philadelphia and 65 over the years? Philadelphia equals 65. Its establishment date's October 27th. The day leaving 65 days left in the year. LeBron's ritual with going to Philly. Who told you he was going to Philly before anyone? You know, there's this guy out there called Didi Got a Podcast. I know he bites my work and leaves out the gematria. I know he's watching my channel on why LeBron's going to Philly, and he's on there like, I told you guys LeBron was going to go to Philly. I hate and I hate that these people, God, I hate, there's so many people that bite yours truly's work, but they leave out the gematria piece, and somehow the algorithm will promote them. It's annoying. It's annoying. But anyway, I know that Didi Got a Podcast. If you know that guy, Biter, he didn't figure out LeBron was going to Philly. I did. 76 days before the Pope's birthday was the day he said he's not going to the Lakers. And remember, he went to Philly, where the Pope went to school 313 days after the Pope's birthday, the 65th prime. But anyway, 65th loss for the Twins. Cardinals and the Cubs. And see, this is also a thing, like sometimes people might look at my notes and be like, why does Zach have this on top if you're a new person? Because it did look like there was a lot of things to think twice about, but it's just like I said in the stream today. It's like, you just got to go with 65 in Philly. It's the 65 city. You know, there'd have to be 10 more things down here on this other side to go against Philly and 65. The Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals can get the 63rd win. Big number with the Cardinals. Cardinals does equal 63, but that's not the reason you take it. You take it because Cubs is 63 and Wrigley Field is 63. And again, it's a big Major League Baseball number. And, you know, Tommy John started his career in 63, and we'd already done this before the news about Tommy John even broke this morning. But that's why follow what's in the news, because you see like an MLB star from 63 when he started his season diet. It's probably a sign that 63 is going to go big. And Cardinals whooped up on those Cubbies. There's even more there too. I'm not going to run over every last thing for you, but this is what we do every day. And realize, this is a lot of work every day. If you guys don't know, I get up early every day. I go through the games every day. I don't take days off. I haven't taken a day off I haven't taken a day off from anything since I became my own boss in 2012. No days off. No days off over here. We work every day. On to the Rockies and Giants. Wow. We even got the Rockies Giant the Giants team. The Giants team is really not a team to mess with this year. That they're a team like no other this year. Historically, they're a team we love in the MLB and the NFL, but not this year. Their games are super dangerous. They're not doing anything that they normally do. It's so weird that they're not, because their first game of the season they did. Their first game of the season was business as usual. But this is the year of the 122nd World Series. San Francisco is the most 122 city because it equals 122. It's on the 122nd meridian, but they're doing so much funny business with that team. We did take Colorado to win today, but they definitely weren't. I was like, yeah, this might be the game. Just leave alone. But they did get the 50th win, and the Giants got the 73rd loss. San Francisco 50, and on the other side, Colorado Rockies 73. Usually, if there's two strong numbers, and like I always tell you guys, out of these four ciphers, the one that matters the most is that dark blue one. If things line up on both sides, that's probably the better scenario. And you got to love the 13-7 score on the day, leaving 137 days left in the year. The A's and the Rangers. This one was tight. I said if you play this game, there's not really great narratives on either side, but the stuff that's on the A's side might be a little bit better, but I would take the A's with the runs. I thought we might see a 3-4 score there. I said there's a good chance there's a good amount of games that have 7 runs today. The reason A's was a candidate for 3-4 is because Athletics is 34. You didn't get that score, but you see you get 7 runs, right? The date numerology is 7. The Royals did get the 51st win in Anaheim and the 22nd road win, so I like that. If you can get in the last game of a series, Anaheim, where they play the Angels, 51, Angels 22. If in the last game of the series, it's the last game to pick up those numbers, and you got a good narrative in the home away and the overall, usually a good sign. Royals get it done, and Brewers Dodgers. Brewers got it. Brewers got the 36th road win. The Brewers pitcher had a chance to become 7-2. He got the decision. So look at that. See how the Brewers got the 36th road win and the pitcher became 7-2? Dodgers 72, 7-2, 36 forwards and backwards. Brewers went into LA and beat them up. And the other thing that we saw in this game, shout out to GematriaEffectNews. He called in and said, Zach, you think there's something about the Dodgers maybe falling to 37 and 26 for Kobe? And I said, well, you know what? Kobe Bryant Day is in 8 days. Kobe Bryant Day in 8 days. Kobe Bryant, number 8. Kobe Bryant Day is August 24th. You wore 8 and 24. You get 8 runs in the game, too. 8 runs in the game. How about that? And the Mariners just finished off the Astros. Oh, I like the Mariners yesterday and today. We explained this yesterday. Yesterday, they became 8-2 versus the Astros. Seattle 82, just like how they won the Super Bowl on the 8th day of the second month. And today, they became 9-2. Astros. So Seattle went from 8-2 versus the Mariners by beating them yesterday to 9-2 today. And 9 plays well on Sunday. Sun is 9. So, thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. So, yeah, that's 3 games in the WNBA, 3 for 3, 14-1 in the MLB. Well, and then if you count the one game where I felt really strong about the hedge of the Nationals game, if you want to count that too, we'll just leave that one out. 17-1 today, not bad. 17 wins, 1 loss. 17 wins and 1 loss. Where's the haters at? I can't wait till hockey season comes back. It's almost back, man. We have a lot of days that are just incredible in hockey. Hockey's nice because you get this one extra category called points. Oh, my God. Points category makes a big difference. Woo! For all you guys who leave when it's not NFL season, you guys are missing out on a lot of good days. 17-1. Let's go out to celebrity Gematria teacher Randy, and then we got Gematria32, and then we got Open Up. What's up, Randy?
Yo, what's going on, Zach?
Hold on. Why does my volume sound so off? What am I doing here? Try it again, Randy. I think it's me.
Hello?
There we go. That's better.
Yeah, the whole Tommy John thing, I saw a lot of interesting things. The guy who became famous for doing his surgery, Mr. Frank Jobe. If you Google him, Frank Jobe, Jobe, he became famous for after doing. He actually remained the Dodgers coach. I'm not coach, the medical like assistant until his death. For one, he died at 88, and the article you're reading, how it said how on August 8th was when Tommy thanked him for the surgery and everything. Um,
Yep,
uh,
yep.
the day that he did the surgery on Tommy supposedly was September 25th, which from yesterday to the anniversary, that's 41 days later. Surgery equals 41. Yesterday, Dodgers won four. I mean, Dodgers lost 4-1.
They
Yesterday.
lost 4-1 the day. Yeah, right, right. The day,
Yeah, the day
and we
he
know it's a big
died.
LA number too.
Big LA number.
California's 88, LA's 41. Okay.
Yeah. Then so the bigger pieces I saw, the whole thing is that if you look at his name in Sumerian, Frank Job, the one who did it, it's 492 in Sumerian.
And the Jesuits turned 492 years old yesterday.
Yep.
So it must be eight. So his name's 82, and then times six. Yep, there another one. Man, you guys. I mean, I mean, there can be no doubt who's doing this. The Jesuit
Yep.
order turned 492 years old. Yeah, that's an incredible addition.
And then on top of that, Frank died. His
And
death
by the
anniversary.
way, you know what happened in the LA Sparks game yesterday?
No.
They got their 492nd franchise loss yesterday. The LA Sparks.
Oh, right, 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 right. Yeah, I was on the stream yesterday when someone called in and said that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Look at this on
Crazy.
the 492nd birth. So just another LA thing. The Sparks got the 492nd loss yesterday.
Yeah. That's crazy. And then his death date, Frank's death date, March 6th, from March
He's
6th to
got the same
August.
birthday as Joey Logano. Or
Yeah, he
wait,
does.
no, I take it
Oh,
back.
no, no.
No, sorry, I'm tripping. Go ahead.
His death date was March 6th. From March 6th to yesterday when Tommy died, as 162 days later. Which
What else did I cover yesterday? Oh, I know what it was. That university that got shot up was established March 6th. That's what I covered yesterday.
Oh, right, it was. It
Yeah,
was.
so think about that, guys. Okay, 162 days, right? Baseball's 162 in reverse, like there's a 162 game season. Major League Baseball's 162 forwards. And then you could also say it's a span of 163 days, which is the 38th prime going with death. Yeah. And I noticed the injury was one day after his birthday. He turned 49 years old the day before the injury because the injury was July 17th, 1974. His birthday, it says, is July
Yeah, July
16th.
6th,
Is
yeah.
Frank. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy, man. This guy even got if this guy even got the surgery done.
He got that 87 in his full name, like Ignatius Loyola. The 1044 is not that far from the 144 Jesuit order.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is, man. That's the absolute clincher. 492 connection on the 492nd birthday. And a part of me continues to wonder, like, have these guys been on ice for a minute? I mean, are they?
That's what I'm kind of starting to think too.
Well, last year, Eric, works in the world of sports, he called me on my birthday. That's how I remember it. Not this past year, but the last year, and he said Ryan Sandberg is dead. Zach, I got inside knowledge he's dead. And then I trust him because he's come out and pounded payment with us in multiple places. Now that I think about it, around the nation, he stayed a whole week out there with us in California. But I was starting to wonder because the news wasn't breaking, and then boom, the next Monday, July 28th, that's the headline: Ryan Sandberg is dead, and then it made a perfect number ritual by his death being announced as July 28th. But shout out to Eric, he called us on July 21st, 7 days earlier, and told us that he was dead. So I think that is what's going on, and that's how they get a lot of this stuff so perfect. They just fudge it and report it when it makes perfect sense. Because here, going back to Ryan Sandberg, for people who forgot this, he died 132 days after the season began, the way they reported it. His name equals 132. He played for Chicago and Philadelphia. This wasn't long after we got Pope Leo, who is from Chicago, who went to school in Philadelphia at Villanova. So I'm thinking this is what they're doing. That they're
So he
fudging
died.
numbers.
So they didn't report his death
The next
like.
Monday, Eric
Oh,
called me
wow.
July 21st on my birthday to tell me that Ryan Sandberg died that day. He had an inside source that knew it happened, and then I was wondering the whole week. I'm like, haven't heard anything, and then boom, the next Monday I was like, well, look at that. A whole week later,
So basically, so they basically lied that he died on July 28th when he probably died the week prior.
exactly.
Just so we can match with it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think a lot of these guys, yeah, they're not dead or say some probably on some island somewhere.
If you ever see the caller calling, he's got a heavy accent. His name when he calls in is Love to Wager. That's Eric. So he calls in sometimes if you're around. He might even call in tonight if he's out there listening. But yeah, he put us onto that last year.
Yeah. I'm again. I definitely wouldn't doubt it. A lot of these guys are probably not dying exactly, or yeah, they're
Oh
waiting
yeah,
till the
I
same day.
forgot, you guys. I forgot. Yesterday was the 144th day of the MLB season. I totally forgot that piece. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
crazy.
144 was there with Tommy John too.
Tommy John.
And don't you even start to wonder? Maybe he never even got the surgery
Maybe he never got the surgery. I definitely think so too.
to pitch that long after.
You know, it's crazy. Tommy. If you look at Frank, the one who did surgery, he did another Dodgers player surgery not too long after that, and like the same thing. It was his first time doing a reproductive surgery on this guy, and then not too long after that, yeah, the other Dodgers guy, went on to do a long career. And yeah, you wonder like, the hell, did this guy even get that surgery done?
As
Because
corrupt as everything is, it wouldn't
normal people
surprise me
don't
in
do
the
it
least.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
But
not
yeah,
not
I
not that
forgot
way.
that. Yesterday was the 144th day of the season too for one more Jesuit order 144. And the season began on the 84th day of the year. Same numbers with the Joey Logano win.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these guys, man. Even the whole Mets thing yesterday with or 2 days ago with them putting their 54th win on what was his name again? Who just passed away?
Which in which sport?
For the Mets guy who won number 42 last, who
Oh,
just
Butch
died.
Husky.
Yeah. Butch Husky, hold him. Yeah, them paying him the 54th win. The day he died, it's like, what the, like, again, you would have had to have planned it or known that long before the season even started.
Exactly, and I mean this stuff really does happen all the time if you're paying attention.
It
So
does. And even today, Mets won today 5-4, I believe. Or was it yesterday? I think they came back and won 5-4.
I think I just saw that was the score today. Where they at? Yeah, they won
Yeah.
5-4.
Yeah.
And I thought it was gonna be a close game today. And what a day to win 5-4, right? A Sunday, Sun
Yeah, Sunday.
54. So now I could have asked for the Mets to score one more run. I thought they might score six today. I had a hunch the score was gonna be 6-5 today. So we get 5-4. So I should have thought more about that after the death of Butch Husky at 54.
I was
Uh,
I was looking into the Back to the Future Michael J. Fox. I was saying to myself that he better watch out, because Tuesday is the 229th day of the year, and Michael J. Fox equals Back to the Future equals 229. But the date numerology on Tuesday has 52, and Michael J. Fox equals 52. And I don't know if you remember this, but back on April 8th, CNN made a mistake and reported him dead on April 8th. And then TMZ came out and said no, it was a false thing. He's not dead. But from I was Michael Fox equals 48. They reported him dead by accident on 4/8. But
That's
yeah,
and Hollywood's got the big 48.
yeah,
And that's
40.
another thing too. I mean, what if he really is dead?
Maybe he really is dead.
And
It,
he's
it was it was
just
weird
like
because
Messi.
they said that
They
they just saw
reported
him.
during the World Cup that Messi's father had died and they fired the announcer who made that report. I bet he was already dead. And then they
Probably was
just wait
already
till
dead.
19 days after it's over to report with all the 19 rituals.
And it makes you wonder. So like, it's sick because Messi most likely had to wait before he could announce that his father was probably actually dead.
Yeah, it is sick. So it is sick. Yeah. But man, that Frank Job just, I mean, it
Yeah.
was already undeniable. Now it's just beyond undeniable.
Yeah, I saw that and I said, "Damn,
Yeah, that
these
was a great
guys."
find. Anything else you want to throw out there, Randy?
No, that was pretty much all I have for today so far.
Well, amazing work as always. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Take
And by
care.
the way,
Oh yeah.
while you're on, hold on, don't leave yet. I
Mm-hmm.
wanna, I gotta, again, I hardly ever go on Instagram, but I did
Oh
see your
yeah.
religion video and I loved it. For all the religious people out there, I think you guys should really the slavery part. The slavery part was funny.
That
Uh,
video got a lot of flack. A
oh,
lot
I'm
of
sure it
people.
did, but it was great. It
Yeah.
was great. Uh, yeah, Randy teaches and he adds comedy, which is perfect. Again, I'm hardly ever on Instagram, so I haven't seen these. I'm sure they're great too. But this one right here, the one I'm highlighting, this religious one, oh my God, you guys got to watch that.
Yeah, those first two are very old. Like from the religion one down is like the whole gematria ones
These are
and
old
stuff.
right here.
Yeah, yeah. It just that I pinned them. I had
Oh,
pinned them
okay.
before.
I'm
That's
bad
why.
with Instagram. Okay, so is this the religion one still your newest
Yeah,
video, huh?
yeah, 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 yeah. That's my latest video. That's my
Okay,
and
yeah, yeah.
I did
Everyone needs
the
to watch
LeBron
this
one
video.
too.
Yeah, check out this video for all the religious people. Come on, man, listen to it and just think. Stop. I feel like all you guys stay in religion because you're just afraid. You're afraid. It's fear that keeps you
Yeah,
trapped in this thing. So, yeah,
let
great
it
work,
go.
Randy. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank
All
you.
right, take care.
All right, take care.
All right, I got to get that other update in there with the 492. What's up, Gematria 32?
Over 500K followers. Damn.
Yeah,
Shout
no,
out to
yeah, he's doing good.
shout out to him. Um, you don't think it's notable that Thomas Edward John Jr. equals 280 and he died 280 days to his upcoming birthday? Can you
Oh,
check
yeah,
my
yeah. No, that's another thing you get in there. Yeah, yeah. His full
can
name's 280. Dead
can you
exactly
check
280 is his birthday. Yep.
or show the people? So
I will. Hold on. Let me get this Frank Job piece in here before I
uh,
forget for the
yeah,
492nd birthday because I mean that's just icing on the cake.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And he had a few other pieces with this Frank Job guy, and you go put in there, but this 492 is just.
Yeah, he's on point. He's on point.
I don't think he got surgery. I think because how are you going to pitch for a whole another decade plus after getting this major arm repair? No way.
It's ritual. It's promotion probably
Yeah,
for the
to sell the
surgery.
surgery. I'm sure a lot of
100%.
Americans went out and got the surgery after they heard about how amazing this was.
Yeah, you got it, Zach. You nailed it.
Okay. Uh, and come on, the injury was one day after this Frank Job's birthday.
26 seasons?
26 seasons. That's a long career, especially after having
That's
to have a major surgery.
that's the game number. Game 26. God
Ball
26.
game. Yeah, exactly. Athlete.
Hebrew and the four-letter name of God in Hebrew 26. Big, 26-letter alphabet.
There's probably another thing about. We should go back and see what he did in 1969 because this did happen 69 days before the start of the World Series, which is on Ignatius Loyola's birthday anniversary.
The
But
280,
yeah, hold
man.
on. His full name. You pointed out his full name is 280, and he died 280 days before his birthday, which I know is true because he died 200. Or he died 85 days after his last, so 280 days to his upcoming.
On the 86th day of his age.
Yeah, there it is. Where's the 85 part?
Yeah, yeah, that you bring it home with the 8 days to Kobe Bryant's day, That was icing on the cake for that one. The 37,
Not bad
26.
today, huh? 17-1. People should have made some money today.
I followed that Queens, New York
Yeah, yeah, it
66.
made too much sense. The Queens, the double Queens, the Trump connections. 60 and 66 is a lot like 666. New York has that 666 in Sumerian. It was there.
Yeah, I told you the other day. What is it? The New York Mets equals 201 and 66.
Yep,
You
that
know,
too. That too.
what is it? Mets and Y equals 66. So, and it's crazy because the Nationals still got the 66 laws going into Texas. Texas got that 66 connection. How
Yeah.
hilarious! How hilarious is that? How
For all you guys
hilarious
who
is
always
that?
say, where do you put your sports picks? It's literally in the description of every video. Just search Patreon Zachary K. Hubbard. It's the one that says creating knowledge, truth, and gematria awareness.
Yeah, I love Dito. The Twins became 32 and 32. Picking up the 65 against Philly. Gave him the
Yeah.
65th.
Yeah. Got to go with 65 in Philly.
All season I've been talking about the Rockies in 23. The prime number relation. Been smacking with that. They picked up the 23rd win and the 50th in San Francisco. Beautiful, man. This is fucking. Angels got the 36 loss against the Royals. Giants Giants caught the 73rd. What is it? Giants is going into the Guardians game with 73 losses. What's up? Cleveland Guardians 73. You know, this is beautiful. If you're not on the Patreon and you're always here, you're doing a disservice to yourself, for real, for real. Not taking advantage of the information. You know the what they say. What's the use of learning something if you're not going to use it? You're just wasting your time.
Yeah, if you're not using the knowledge, it's just going to waste.
Just going to waste, bro. But anyway, we got some other people on here, but just great work, man. Great work. You know, the 280 thing. His name equals 280. Gematria, right there. You know,
Hey, look at
coincidence.
this, you guys. The last time a hurricane directly hit Hawaii was on September 11th.
Man, Zach. I just wish you would finish up this book. You know, get
Remember,
more
you
work
guys.
out there.
Remember, you guys. This was the 74th anniversary of the first admitted act of weather warfare. The qualifying wind speeds for a hurricane are 74 miles per hour, which is also 119 kilometers an hour. September 11th can be written 11-9, like 119. So,
Zach,
go figure.
Hurricane Lala equals 228. Like today's the 200 and
Yeah, and it
28.
impacted today too. Yeah.
Hurricane Lala 228. Like today's the 228th day of
80,
the year.
84, like the Jesuit order. Started doing the damage yesterday on the Jesuit order's birthday. Became a
Just please,
hurricane yesterday on the Jesuit order's birthday.
finish up that book. Do us that favor. You
All
know.
right. All right.
Check y'all on Patreon tomorrow in the morning. Thanks. Peace.
I don't understand why somebody's asking me, am I talking about the Atlantic Ocean? Is Hawaii in the Atlantic? It was the first hurricane of the year in the mid-Pacific.
Yo,
It
not
was
only did
a 74 ritual. We called it
not
out.
only
I said at the beginning of the year, I said it's going to be an act of weather warfare, no doubt, on the 74th anniversary of the first one. So,
not only do they have to work on their math, they have to work on geography as well.
yeah, it's just,
But
I appreciate the super chat, but it's like, dude, I mean, what?
you know, and
And,
then just for the record, every year Zach calls out the kill dates, and you know, just it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But peace, Zach. Peace. Thanks.
how
Thanks,
many
brother.
how many times can we teach the same lessons and humanity fail to learn it? It's just amazing. I don't know how there's any doubt about what we're teaching over here. All you guys that blame everything on Jews in Israel, you need to just put it away. Not come over here with the stupid shit. Well, the Catholic Church is run by the Jews. No, it's not. What are you talking about? No, it's not. You talking about the money managers, the Rothschild family, Red Shield, the Romans? You even know what Rothschild means? It's another tribute to the Romans, the Vatican militaries. Well, what's up? Open up.
Yo, what's up, Zach? So first I gotta shout out the social media gematria goat Randy. That was a great find with the 492.
Yeah,
So good.
that was a great addition.
Yeah, so great work, Randy. But yeah, I just wanted to call in to give you your props. I mean, I always say this, but I never watch any of these games like baseball. I've never watched a game of baseball in my life, but I just followed the notes today, and I actually went the conservative route, taking a lot of these underdogs with the runs. They all ended up winning outright. I took the Cardinals, Athletics, Rockies, Brewers, Mariners with the runs, and I put the Royals on there. Royals were already a favorite. All those teams came through. That was like 2,300. And
Boom.
then, yeah, I took 2 home runs, and they were kind of long shots. They were both plus 900. I parlayed them together. That was plus 9,900 on 2 legs. So thanks
Boom.
to the knowledge. And the main reason I called was to go back on the Tommy John thing, because there's a player in the MLB named Tommy White, and he ended up hitting his first career home run today, and it was directly connected to Tommy John. And this was a decode that I saw after that Itachi posted, but Tommy White on the Athletics hit his first home run, and his last home run was actually when he was in college, and it was on Tommy John's birthday. So directly connected. That was back in 2024, exactly 26 months and 26 days ago. And then Tommy White played his 26th game today. And we were just talking about the number 26 and how important that number is. So I mean, this knowledge speaks for itself every single day. And I know you touched on the Pope earlier with the White Sox connection. That number or that connection has been destroyed for player props on the White Sox, because I think it was either yesterday or 2 days ago. Um, I think it was Miguel Vargas. He was playing his 119th game of the season, and we know how that connects with the Vatican. He hit two RBIs to get to 70. Vatican equals 70, and that was actually a two-run home run. I think his 11th in some category. I think against the division or something, and Pope equals 11. So I mean, just today, I probably made like maybe $700 or $800 from placing $1 bets, $5 bets. So I
That's
mean, that's
that's
what.
what our top people do over here. You don't got to bet a lot to have a good day. You can turn small bills into big bills. I mean, it used to be a lot easier. A decade ago, it was a lot easier, but still, you stay steady with this, you will consistently win. You don't bet too much and don't make yourself homeless in one day.
Yeah,
You will
yep,
come out ahead. I always tell you guys, the only people who've ever lost this knowledge are people who do really dumb things. People who get greedy. Again, you guys, there was a guy who was living. He'd never had the kind of money he had. He was up 200 and some $1,000. You guys, I know one story like this in the community. He was up 200 and some $1,000. He's homeless now. He's homeless, and that's because he started betting 50,000 at a time, and just betting on dumb stuff too. Like he'd even call me up. I'd be like, "Hell no, no, not like. Didn't you watch my stream? I don't even like that game today." But again, he didn't have money like that. Once he had some money like that, he just went crazy with it, went homeless in no time. That's not what I'm teaching people to do. You got up to 200,000 doing small bets and built it up over a few years. You're going to give it all back in a week and go homeless. Again, if you can't control yourself, don't ever get into gambling. You listen to Open Up. He's wise. He's intelligent. He just sticks with the formula. Smart people stick with the formula. You get greedy, you'll probably ruin yourself too. So don't be that person.
yep. Well said. And then the last thing I'll say is, whoever was on the Patreon this morning, you heard the call that I had about Ben Rice, and if you look at the box score, you can see that also came through. So
Ben
today was
Rice.
a good day, uh, along with a lot of other good days that we usually have pretty much every day. So appreciate the work, Zach.
Some
Always be
days,
here to support.
no, I mean, we don't normally go 17-1. Once upon a
Yeah,
time, we used to have a lot more days like that. In the hockey season, we have a lot of days close to that, but 17-1 is above the average by a lot. But most days are winning days. You just stick to the knowledge. Uh, you know, yeah, we don't have very many losing days, but 17-1 is definitely above average. So just so that's
yeah,
clear.
and you won't see the baseball reference. They'll probably update tomorrow morning. But yeah, if you look at the ESPN, he did hit that home run. So and then yeah,
You
Jason.
got 33, guys. Big number today.
Yeah,
New York 33. Sunday equals 33. Today leaves 137 days left near the 33rd prime. So it was a triple 33 connection, which is why he thought Ben Rice had a good shot at the 33rd home run.
yep, easy math. And yeah, shout out to Jason in the chat. The NASCAR GOAT this year. He's given us multiple winners in NASCAR.
I think he hit three of the first four NASCAR races, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, great work, Jason. I mean, Zach, what do you think about like the community now and let's say 5 years ago, 6 years ago, as far as like callers? Has it gotten better? Is it the
Uh,
same?
I no, I like the community we have right now. We got a good, consistent group of good callers, and you probably remember a few months ago when Roe called in. He's like, "Right now, your community is the worst." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, he's always been suspicious to me, Roe. I was like, "How are you gonna call in and dog the community right now? We got good decoders in here."
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I wasn't around that far back, but I mean, we got punk rock, we got Jason, Julius is great, David is great, Elohim has come a long way. So
and there's other guys who don't call in every day, but when they call in,
yeah,
they got good stuff. You got Goody in New
yeah,
York. He probably calls in a couple times a month, but it's always good when he calls in. So.
yep. And, I mean, for everyone who's new out there, everything that we're talking about is mentioned before any of these games are played. So I mean, you could see the results speak for themselves. But yeah, I appreciate it, Zach. And then, shout out to all the people. I know Itachi, he's not really around that much, but he's still doing his own thing. So shout out to Itachi as well. But appreciate the work, Zach. Thanks for teaching.
All right. Always welcome. Congrats on a big day.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, he made a few $5 bets today and made himself almost a G, and that's what I like to see in the community. It's been done a lot of times. It'll be done many more times. What's up, St. Nicholas?
Zach, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I saw that Tommy John, he played 26 seasons. Okay, and he died of cancer. Cancer's 26.
It's funny. I was going to look up and see if he died from cancer because this has been a broken pattern this year with cancer-related deaths at 26. A social media influencer just died at 26 from cancer. Was a story about a week or two ago. So
And his nickname was the Bionic Man, which is 44, and cancer's also 44. So who knows? He might have been killed. I don't know.
Sidney Towell, we just covered this, August 5th. So 10 days before he dies. And Bionic Man, 44 like cancer. Let's see. Bionic Man. Yeah, boom. Oh, wow. What? Wow. And he died on the 163rd day from the anniversary of the guy who gave him the surgery.
Yeah, 38th prime, Tommy John, 38.
But come on, man. The 163rd day, Bionic Man. What do you think? You think he even got the surgery?
I met him before I actually woke up. I don't know. I can't tell. But here's one more thing I want to throw. I met him at a card show years ago when I actually used to care about sports. And nice guy and everything. I wish I would have asked him, but I didn't. But the thing is,
it's not like he would have told you the truth. By the way,
no, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. But
I'm sure he signed an NDA on that one. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he ain't gonna say none. I should have asked him, but if I know what I know now, I probably would have. But also, the thing was when he had that surgery, he played 14 years 14 more seasons. Okay,
right.
And we're in the time of Leo, and that's 14.
Boom. That's a good point.
Yeah. So it's crazy how this all works out the way they want it to work out. And I'm like I said, I found your channel a year and a half ago. I call in when I can, and you taught me a lot. I just want to say you're great, and thanks for the knowledge.
Hey, very welcome.
I hope you're getting those tips.
I am. Thank you for being such a generous tipper. I appreciate it.
Nope, you deserve it, man. You deserve it because I would have won nothing without you.
Oh, that's probably not true.
Well, it is true because I don't watch them like I used to.
All right, fair enough. Well, hey, congrats on the win. Thanks again for the tips.
Take care of yourself.
All right, we'll do, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Yeah, that adds more to it, too. I didn't realize his nickname was the Bionic Man, but yeah, he did die from cancer, and you see it right there. So we just saw this. From March 6th to his date of death is a span of 163 days. And again, for it all to be so perfect, they really could be fudging all this. Tommy John might have been on ice for a minute. John Madden, remember John Madden, you guys? I predicted what age they would say he would die at, and I said, man, he might already be dead. They might just report it when he's 85 because that's a big National Football League number. Nobody saw John Madden in forever. Yeah. Oh man, it's too bad. It's too bad people can't swallow their pride and just admit when they're wrong. Because there's a lot of people out in the world that are haters of this work that think. You hear it all the time. If you actually listen, people are like, "Oh, Zach only blames the Jesuits because you can't talk about the other group on YouTube." It's like, nope, that's not why. The reason why is because from doing the research and the homework, we realized it all traced back to the Jesuits. That's why, and it proves itself every single day. You guys out there that say things like, oh, well, the Jesuits are just the Jews anyway. You guys are the ones not being honest. It's not to say there's not some Jews in the Jesuits, because, yeah, there were Jews who converted to Catholicism. But no, the Catholic Church is massive compared to Judaism. Judaism is very tiny compared to the Catholic Church. We're not on the Jews' calendar. We're not speaking Hebrew. So the Jews have no private school chain. The Jesuits have a massive private school chain. You start to look at pro sports, almost everybody's Jesuit educated. Think about how many Jewish athletes there are. Let's be real. How many Jewish MLB, Sandy Koufax, Sean Green, who else? Maybe there's another name or two. You can probably count them all on one hand. Okay. We got anybody else out here? Oh, we got Punk Rock. What's up? What's up, Punk Rock? Great reminder on the 144th day of the season and everything else. Spot on with the sports picks today.
Yes, sir. 17-1. Shout out to open up for Ben Rice. Hit on the Yankees plus 1.5. I ended up taking the Fire plus 7.5 and the Fever, of course. Um, the guy that just died, Tommy John. Did you see where he died at?
I didn't.
Bradenton, Florida.
Oh,
You
I
might
guess I
want
did see that. Bradenton, yeah. I guess I did
uh,
see that.
it
I
does
didn't
equal.
decode it. Did you decode it?
You gonna want to decode that, my man. It equals 158. Died on 15/8.
Uh, let's do it. I'm trying to think when this town came up last. When was the last time I talked about this place? Yeah. And
Zach,
274, like Jesus Hominem Salvatore.
right. Zach, you go ahead and open up that Jewish cipher.
150, like Illuminati. Don't forget, the Jesuits founded the Illuminati. Are you saying put that in the Jewish, the location?
Yep.
322.
That's interesting, but I wanted to pull in the full one.
Oh God, yeah.
Bradenton,
I had a
Florida.
feeling. I had a feeling. Wow.
Yeah,
Those damn Jesuits.
that's crazy.
What do you
Plus
think about
20.
what do you think about all these naysayers? Are they just in denial? I mean, how do you deny this? How do you deny what we show every day?
I don't know how they can deny all the 144 things we documented in the past couple days. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Just in the last couple of days, exactly.
I mean,
People are out here talking about Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson like there was even anything interesting in there. Imagine if they were all talking about this. The world would be fixed almost overnight, I think. All people focus on are these bullshit distractions. It's maddening.
uh, also, in light of the hurricane, did you realize that for tropical storm becomes a hurricane when the miles per hour goes from of winds miles per hour goes from 74 miles to or above? And I just found that funny because August 15th, like you said, was the 74th year anniversary of the Lidmouth flood.
Man, I would slap you in Delaware right now for telling me that. So
My bad.
I've been
I'm a
talking about
youngster, so
the qualifying wind speeds. I was just saying the qualifying wind speeds of a hurricane are 74 miles per hour or 119 kilometers an hour. They're the same measurement. And look, the last time a hurricane hit Hawaii was on September 11th. It can be written 11/9. But yeah, that's what we've been saying all year. I've been talking about that forever. And look up, they said the hurricane was caused because of El Nino. El Nino literally means Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ 74. So
yeah, I heard about the El Nino part. Yeah.
yeah, no, I've been talking about the Saffir-Simpson scale. That's what the scale that says it starts at 74 miles per hour since like for 13 straight years. Because when I first found this and saw how significant 74 was in the language, I just tried to look up the significance of 74, and it was everywhere, including the qualifying wind speeds for a hurricane. In August of 2013, I'd already figured out, like, okay, El Nino means Jesus Christ too, and all this is like, so what the hell? Everything's about Jesus? I never realized El Nino was named after Jesus Christ until I started looking into this. And again, it's because lo and behold, it's the Society of Jesus behind damn near everything. So
Yeah, I mean, look at all the 492s on this ritual right here. I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
that ain't enough. I don't know what it takes to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either. But hey, another great find for punk rock. Punk rock, easily the best decoder in Delaware. So, do we have? Is there anybody in the chat in Delaware? I honestly, I've never seen a Delaware license plate in my life. I've never met anyone from Delaware, but punk rock's out there and he just kills it with his decodes every day.
I think, well, Deladon just gave her Hall of Fame speech. She's a WNBA star. Her and Candace Parker both. Candace Parker played for the Sparks. Deladon played
She's
for
from
the Mystics.
Delaware?
Not Candace Parker, Deladon, though.
Oh, Deladon, okay.
Yeah, I know her cousin. But yeah, she gave her Hall of Fame speech, the big Jesuit ritual. Her and Candace Parker. It was the day that the Mystics and the Sparks were playing each other, both of their respective teams. But and of course, Jesuit equals Sparks. 4 out of 4 ciphers, and like you said, the Sparks did get their 492nd loss that day. And also the
That was
Mets
your
got
find.
their
That, by the way, that was his find yesterday. That was a great find. He said, "Oh, there's no way we're going against that."
yeah, and there might be something to this them reporting his death today because the New York Mets did get their 492nd win today as well for in the series versus the Nationals, the big team with the fat
Did I have that
201
in
in
my
their
notes
logo.
today? Did I have the 492 in my notes for the Mets?
Yeah, you did.
God, I almost missed that. I don't remember. I don't remember writing that down.
I called in about it.
Yeah. Okay. That's why.
You
That's because
acknowledged.
I know I didn't get it myself. I overlooked it. Good job.
Yeah, no problem. All right, but I gotta get some rest over here. I gotta kill it again tomorrow on the Patreon.
You've
So
been killing it.
yeah. All right, I'll see you
All right, buddy.
tomorrow,
Take
Zach.
care.
Yep.
All right, we got Joey, we got Evan, we got Jason. Jason, who had the Joey Logano call. What's up, N201?
What's up, Zach? I can't hear you. And this is one of those calls that I'm going to want to be able to hear you. Just, can you hear me, though? Just
I
give me
hear
a
you.
thumbs. All right.
I hear you.
I'm debating on I'm going to come out and see if it works when I come back in.
Okay, fair enough. What's up, Evan?
All right, this isn't really related to Tommy John or anything like that, but it is related to the Jesuits. So here in Texas, at the University of Texas, to be specific, the largest dorm on the campus, which I think at one point it was the largest dorm in west of the Mississippi, I think, is called Jester Dormitory, named after former Governor Beaufort Jester, who was the only Texas governor to die in office, and he died at the age of 56. And the address of the dorm is 201 21st Street. And there's also a Catholic church like a block away from the dorm. And that was something I learned probably within a few months after I moved to Texas. But anyway, some of my friends went to UT and they were in that dorm their freshman year. And they were talking about their experience in that dorm. And I brought it up to them like, oh, did you know that Jester Dorm is named after the only Texas governor to die in office? And they're like, oh, no, I didn't know that. And so it just goes to show that a lot of people, they're not, it's not that they don't, I don't want to say they're dumb, but they don't do research.
Sure.
No, and his
He was
death
the
was pretty.
36th governor, too. He was and he took office in 47. Interesting. IHS 36.
Yeah, he's got that 112 birthday, like Catholicism, and I think he died. I want to say it was 26 weeks and 3 days before his next birthday.
He died on the 192nd day of the year, so he would have died 171 days after his birthday, or on the 172nd day of his age, like in Merum de Gloriam 172.
All right, and I can't remember where they said that he died, because he died in a train car. But he was found dead in Houston. We know Houston equals 112 and 32, big Jesuit numbers there. But yeah, I get the point that I was making is that like my friends that I have, like they went to UT, they stayed in that dorm, and they didn't even know anything about him or his death. And it just goes to show that a lot of people just don't really have the inkling to do research.
Sure. He died at 56 too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the address of the dorm is 201.
He died in his sleep while traveling.
And
Austin too. Austin's got that super overlap with Jesuit.
What was I going to say? Oh, yesterday I stumbled upon this thing. There's this park in Japan that apparently has like these scale models of famous places, famous structures around the world. And it was built in 93, funny enough, Japan equals 93. But one of the models that they have is the Twin Towers. I think it's called, what's the name of the park? I just had it up here. It's called Tobu World Park. And it opened on the 8th of April, 8/4. And they have a model of the Twin Towers there. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Where is that location again?
It's called Tobu World Park in Japan.
I see. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. With Japanese American designing the World Trade Centers. Look at
All
that.
right.
Did you realize that he died exactly 129 weeks into office?
Oh, wow.
201 in Bay State
Yeah.
County. And just about traveling from Austin when he died, Austin, Texas does have that 36. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Austin and Jesuit are the exact same in every cipher, and then Austin, Texas has the 72, 144, and 153 like Jesuit order, and the 36 like IHS.
And
Remember, they moved the power grid there to control the power grid there right before Texas froze over.
right, Texas Longhorns also equals Society of Jesus in 2 out of the 4 ciphers.
That was a pretty good prediction, by the way. The year we called the major blackouts and freezing weather on the day that it ended up happening. I didn't realize it was going to be Texas, though. It surprised me, and I was like, wow, they froze over the refining city. Crazy.
Yeah, I just wanted to get those 2 things in. It seems like you and all the other callers have done a good job with getting all the decodes in with Tommy John's death.
Yeah, and I bet there's even more. I bet there's even more to figure out. But yeah, nice piece of information here. I didn't know about this. So yeah, it is amazing how the building named after him is at 201 21st Street, both big Jesuit numbers, 201 21, and then you just look at what happened to him. Go figure.
All right, catch you later.
All right, later, Evan. Evan also picked up on Jeranism. You know, Jeranism, one of these flat earth shills, Jesuit educated. His mom died in a very suspicious fashion after being in that viral flat earth movie. Shout out to Jason. Jason killed it with the Joey Logano decode. What's up, Jason?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, hey, can you type in Joseph Thomas Logano in the calculator? His full name?
Joseph Thomas Logano. Boom, 7884 like Jesuit.
Yeah. And hey, a
Tommy
couple days.
John surgery. It's just like 7884. Okay.
Yeah, and a couple days ago, you had a story about with 309 and the Masons and the Jesuits and all kinds of stuff. It was 309 weeks since Penske's last win at that track, also.
309 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Yeah, there's that Jesuit Masonic alliance. And no, I'm just thinking, I mean, maybe there's something more there too with this Thomas and Tommy. Thomas means twins, twin rituals. There might be something more there.
Yeah. All right, man. That's all I had.
All right. Appreciate
All
it.
right,
Well
thank you.
done.
Yep.
Yeah, Jason's killed it this year at the NASCAR decodes. What's up? What's up? Can you hear me, Joey?
I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And sometimes it can just go out like that. I don't know what it is about StreamYard, but like it might just go out where you can't hear me or I can't hear you.
It's a weird glitch that started maybe 6 months ago. It used to not do it.
Can you bring up Sumerian and reverse Sumerian?
Sure. What are we typing in?
We're typing in, and this might look stupid at first, and this is kind of deep. I just wanted to show you my observations. But type in Bryce.
Bryce, what?
Just Bryce. Okay, see how just Bryce equals 492?
Okay. Are we thinking Bryce Harper?
Now type in Young. No, we're talking Bryce Young.
The Panthers. Oh, he's moved on from Cam Newton to Bryce Young. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Well, right. They're actually really related because Cam's biggest moment in his career, it was when he beat Alabama in the Iron Bowl. Because Cam Newton went to college at Auburn, and Auburn's biggest rival is Alabama, and the Panthers quarterback now is Bryce Young, who went to Alabama. But the biggest moment of Cam's career was when he was down 24-0 against Alabama, and then Auburn came all the way back to win. It was completely rigged. But the reason why I bring up why Bryce equals 492 and Young equals 492 is because yesterday, obviously, the Jesuit order turned 492 years old. Yesterday, Bryce Young made his debut for the season. Yesterday, Bryce took his first snaps of the NFL season. He played 10 total snaps. One of the snaps was taken away due to penalty. But the overall stats he had yesterday, he had 9 plays, and they went 3 and out each drive. So the Panthers starters, they played 9 total plays, official plays, and they went 3 and out each time. They're playing in Buffalo. But here's the thing. Bryce Young's middle name is Christopher, okay? His name is Bryce Christopher Young. You know how Tommy John, his real name is like Thomas. The Panthers' first Super Bowl, they lost to Tom Brady, okay? In Super Bowl 38. And Tom Brady, of course, Tom Brady's birthday is 3/8, August 3rd. But Jake Delhomme was the Panthers quarterback for that Super Bowl against Tom Brady. It was Jake Delhomme. And Jake Delhomme's middle name is Christopher. And like Bryce Young's middle name is Christopher. But here's the thing. Fucking Jake Delhomme, he got Tommy John surgery in his career back on October 18th, 2007. So 10:18. And in the Bible, it's Luke 10:18. That's the verse about Satan falling from lightning, right? It's Luke 10:18. Can you still hear
Correct.
me?
Yeah.
And the Panthers, they played in the Hall of Fame game this season because they had a player going into the Hall of Fame this year. Luke Kuechly, remember Luke Kuechly, number 59?
Okay.
He went into the Hall of Fame this year. And Jake Christopher Delhomme had a surgery, Tommy John surgery on 10/18, October 18th. And Frank Jobe, of course, he's from North Carolina. Frank Jobe was born in North Carolina. So there's something, I'm not coming to like any concrete conclusion saying all this. I'm saying that there's clearly a connection between like Bryce Young's name equaling 492 in both ways. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And just it's undeniable knowledge. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to say is the Panthers were founded by Jerry Richardson. And there's a quarterback in the NFL right now. His last name is Richardson. His name is Anthony Richardson, and he plays for the Colts. Anthony Richardson's birthday is the same day Tommy John was born. Tommy John and Anthony Richardson were born on the same day, May 22nd. And the thing about that is they were born 59 years apart. Anthony Richardson was born 59 years after Tommy John. And the owner of the Panthers was Jerry Richardson, the founder of the Panthers. So the Panthers are going to be a key. They're doing something. I can't exactly like pin it down, but they're doing something. And that 492, Bryce equaling 492 and Young equaling 492. His first game was yesterday on the 492nd day of the Jesuit order, or the 492nd birthday. They're just doing something crazy. But yeah, that's all I got, Zach. Thanks for the undeniable knowledge, and peace.
All right. Appreciate it, Joey. Chris, appreciate the super chat. Just remember, the news broke today, 68 days. Today's 68 days to the World Series started on October 23rd. He died 69 days before the start of the World Series. And it's interesting because, remember, Saturday had 69 date numerology. It's a Saturn's day. Saturn equals 69. The Jesuit order equals 69. World Series equals 69. October 23rd, the day the World Series begins, is the day leaving 69 days left in the year. So, but the news did break today, 68 days before the start of the World Series. He was playing in the MLB in 68 and 69, so it's probably worth going back and studying those years. It probably is part of the clue for the upcoming rig. What's up, DK?
Hey, Zach. I just popped in right now. I saw
They're
you were on.
burning up your homeland.
Right? I mean, this is a regular thing. I was like part of the volunteer fire department on the island when I was there. So what happens is, the government sends an agent out or whatever it is, and then they just go set a fire, like while everybody's enjoying their summer, like somewhere on the hillside. And then, before anyone can really react to it, it's already a problem. And then the siren, like we have like kind of like a siren in the town that goes off, and then all you see is just guys running from wherever they're at, on the beach, in a restaurant, in their house, whatever. You just see guys there running, sometimes carrying a couple things they want to bring with them, running barefoot in Speedos, and everybody's running to the fire, station. And then, you hop in, everybody's volunteer, there's no fire department. And then you just, you hop on the truck and you head out to the scene, and the truck has some water, but basically everybody's got backpacks and we fill them all up. Usually there's some ready to go and we fill them all up, and they work on a pump system and you hand pump it. And then you just kind of get the perimeter all wet and contain it. If it's really bad, then the government, quote unquote, will send out the canarders, which are the planes that scoop up the water and then dump it. And it's usually just out immediately as soon as the planes come. So, I mean, it's so obviously on purpose. It's like the same areas they keep doing it to. So people, for one, so they can't plant food there, but, it just causes problems all the time. I've known this since I was a kid. We used to, they kind of taught me when I was like maybe about 10 how to do it. And then I started going, like when we were there in the summer, I would go we have like 2 or 3 bad ones in every summer. And, there's 1,500 islands. My island's just one. And then, of course, on the mainland, too, that's where the main one is right now. It's like on the mainland, on the, like in the Dalmatian, that's like the main area where everybody's at, Dalmatia. It's all the islands plus these cities there. It's one of those. I was trying to figure out what the name of that city means, too. That may have something to do with something. What I wanted to mention is, have you already gone into the Illuminati card game, the Death card?
Off the top, I don't know what the death card is in the Illuminati card game. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, it's actually, pull it up. It's actually the Death Mask card. It pretty much is referring to all these people dying or whatever that aren't really dying. It's just like a mask, and I would suggest that maybe the Enough is Enough card goes.
Death Mask card is the one you're saying it is. Death Mask?
Yeah, you got it?
Okay, I'm just trying to find it, yeah.
It's called the Death card, but when you pull it up, it's actually Death Mask.
It's card number 84/409. Okay.
And then I think the Enough is Enough card goes like kind of like along with it.
Well, perhaps it does, because the 409 jumps out to me. That's the 80th prime number. Enough is Enough has Trump's face, and then Trump's 80 right now.
Yeah. Did you see these guys, these YouTubers that went to Bohemian Grove?
They're doing the Alex Jones thing?
No, just like some YouTubers got together and did it now.
I know, but that's how Alex Jones moved, right? Alex Jones supposedly snuck into Bohemian Grove.
Right. It's the same. I don't know if you were following that story.
No, I'm not. I don't really follow what anyone else is doing. I mean, again, I just say, what's the point of even following anybody else? Nobody knows what they're talking about. Bohemian Grove, who cares? We figured out the world over here. I mean, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying that's like the current most popular like psyop for that they're feeding the
exactly. That's what I mean. That's why I don't. The stuff people are following is like, everyone's talking about Candace Owens versus Andrew Wilson, a complete waste of time. I mean, literally just a waste of time. Everyone got dumber for watching that. There was nothing interesting about that debate from two plants in the social media space. Again, imagine everybody's talking about our work. Imagine everybody's talking about this live stream or yesterday's live stream or the one before. Now the world's improving. Instead, they're talking about nothing, which is what goes on every day in this world. The dummies can't figure it out.
I mean, obviously, I didn't listen to that debate. Were you right about saying she's going to say Israel was responsible?
Yeah. Of course, she came out and blamed Israel. She did her Mel Gibson impersonation, and again, I said it was all about the lion. The first thing they put on the thing was, I didn't realize that Patrick Bet David. I didn't realize that his logo for his company is the lion. So you got the big lion right there on the screen to start. I was like, holy shit. And then Luigi Mangione, man, that nobody's even talking about that. But then that assassination story comes to a conclusion, and he posed with the Lion King Happy Meal the day he supposedly got arrested. It's just all this stuff's such a joke, man. I hate that we see through it and nobody cares. It annoys me. It is annoying.
What do you think the ultimate, like big picture correlation with the Lion situation?
You didn't watch what I explained it all before any of that happened. It was the 23rd day of Leo. The day that Charlie Kirk turned 23 is the day they installed the Superior General Arturo Sosa. On the same day he turned 23. He's the 31st Superior General, like Charlie Kirk died at 31. Both of those stories came to the debate, and the Luigi Mangione guilty plea came 31 days before the Pope's birthday. Not to mention Luigi equals 31 like McDonald's, where he posed with the Lion King thing. But again, Lion equals 23. And it was the 276th day of the Superior General's age. That's the 23rd triangular number. So just paying tribute to the numbers in astrology like they always do. For Leo, the Lion, the Pope.
You're saying all of it occurred during Leo as well?
We're in the time of Leo. It happened on the 23rd day of Leo. Leo begins July 23rd. August 14th is the 23rd day of Leo.
Okay, yeah, so it's back to astrology and numbers, like you said, the basic core of everything anyway.
Here, if people need the visual, here, I'll pull it up here again. Luigi, yeah, because when I was going back to it, I was like, holy shit. I mean, look at how they had him pose with a Lion King Happy Meal. I mean, total mockery. There's a lot to it, but remember, he was arrested by Tyler Fry at the McDonald's, and then he had time to pose with the Happy Meal. Same numbers all over all this stuff. Right here. Boom. Boom. And then here, to pull up the debate thing.
I'm trying to put together what it could be possibly from, because if you look back, all this stuff it's all like repetitive, like just like the most recent guy that allegedly killed his dad and was out of jail, and then the guy with the same name before was back in before the flood. The whole lion thing was very big here on Earth. That's why we have a few sphinxes. They just like uncovered another sphinx in Egypt, the second sphinx. So there's a lot of lion mythology going back, and that kind of was, I would say, swept under the rug. And not to mention they changed the faces, so it's not a lion anymore. But this new sphinx that they are uncovering is going to be a lion face, which will make it obvious that they were all lion faces before. I mean, why would you make a human face on a lion body? Why wouldn't you just make
that? Yeah, you're making a good point. Lion lying. Yeah, I think that is part of the joke. It is all one big lie. Lion like a, yeah, I think you're right. Wordplay. Sally G, you'll be up next. I'd like to close it out with Sally G. She's up next, but yeah, I think you're right on the money with that one.
Okay. I'll let you take that last one, Zach. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, DK. But yeah, I mean, we called out all this lion stuff before they put a big lion on the center of the screen before the debate. And then this happens on the same day, the Luigi thing. And I'm like, look at this. I mean, God, it's all roads lead to Rome. What's up, Sally G?
Hi, Zach. So someone in the chat mentioned that the actress Hayden, I'm not even going to attempt her last name, that she had died. She's 36.
36.
Yeah, so, I've only been, I'm not looking at yes, that's her.
This is her. Where do I recognize her from?
She was in Heroes.
Is she the one whose brother died in his sleep the other year at a really young age?
Yeah, in 2023.
He helped raise all this money for Ukraine.
Yes, she did that as well.
See, there's always weird deaths on this day because it's the 228th day of the year, and Sumerian gematria death is 228. Every year, this day. This is the day Babe Ruth died. It's the day Elvis died. It's the day Aretha Franklin died. There's always a weird death on this day. So yeah, it was her brother died in his sleep not that long ago.
Yeah, in 2023. He was
Yeah,
28.
she raised money for the Ukraine war. I remember this. Let me go back and pull this up. I bet it synced with her brother's death. Okay. She launched a relief fund for Ukraine on the 201st day of her age. Go figure. Now she's dead one day after the Jesuit order's birthday. Where's her brother at? How come the post on her brother's not coming up? I know I did a post when her brother died. Man, time flies, man. Let me see.
So I found an interesting article. It's talking about her. It was published June 18th, 2026, and it's about her childhood home. It says that her home is put on the market for 3.6 million. And
And
that's
now
how old
she's dead at
she,
36.
yeah. And she just put out this memoir, kind of detailing the traumatic things she went through as a child star.
She just put that out?
Yeah, a few months ago. In June, I think.
Oh, this news just broke. This is fresh off the press. Wow. Yeah, it never fails, you guys. That's another one of those dates where there's a celebrity death pretty much every year on it. Sometimes it's a bigger name than others, but 228 death number. Unbelievable. Sounds like you already did quite a bit of research for the news just breaking.
It's my first one I've ever done. I've thought about doing them for a while. I mean, I've only been following you for maybe 9, 10 months or so. But I tried, yeah, it's my first one.
Well, you're off to a good start.
Well, thank you. I have a good teacher.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. I'll have to go back and look up everything you just brought up, but I do find this quite weird. I mean, she was raising money for the war not long ago, and then brother dies right after, and now she's dead. I mean, what do you think? Do you think all these people really die?
Yeah, I do.
Man, and it just goes to show, I mean,
Although probably not all of them. I think back on David Bowie or Michael Jackson.
yeah, Michael
So,
Jackson, Dave.
yeah. So I don't know. Who knows? They might go beyond the ice wall.
You just never know. Okay.
You never know.
The one guys that I now call top and bottom. Are you still following them?
No,
No,
no.
I had to dump them too. It seemed like they might be something good, but then it turned out,
Yeah, that was an interesting situation. It seemed so hopeful at first.
it did. But then all of a sudden, I was like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna ask you what are your opinions on Gnosticism, on astral projection, uh, on Robert Monroe?
Robert Monroe, I'm stumped on right now. I know that name, but I can't remember what I know about that guy. Okay, astral projection. So I don't have any I find it interesting. I find it possible. If you know a guy named Montegraph, he once threatened me for Christmas Eve 2016. I ended up having a car crash through two walls in my house that night. He claims that he was able to see an event like that through astral projection. And from what I understand, that's not even exactly what astral projection is. But he's saying he saw the future. I know. Have you seen the show that they put out about astral projection maybe 5 years ago?
With a woman as the main character, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely
Yeah,
a
I
woman.
watched that one. Yeah,
Okay, I thought that show was really interesting.
it was. I agree.
So I mean, I can't say I don't really know anything about it, but I do find it interesting, and I find it possible. I think people can learn to do things that are beyond what we've been able to understand about the possibilities and capabilities of humanity. Uh, what was the first thing you asked me? You asked me what was the other thing you asked me?
Gnosticism.
Oh yeah, Gnosticism. Well, I like Gnosticism. I mean, it's seeking knowledge for greater understanding, spiritual and all other things. So I don't have a problem with Gnosticism.
Uh,
The
and
G in the Masons logo, no doubt, is partly in tribute to Gnosticism.
yeah. Um, so I have a few questions. I think I have like three right now, but more might pop up. So, you, oh darn, now I just went blank. Okay, so Gnosticism. Oh, Prison Planet. Are you of the mind that like if a certain amount of people, am I still connected to you? Because my screen froze.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. We hear you.
Okay, cool. So are you of the opinion that if enough people become aware of this information, then that would be this like tipping point that then makes it so everybody else wakes up? It's just common knowledge. I don't it's a theory I just heard about, so I'm not sure if I'm explaining it well.
Malcolm Gladwell wrote the book The Tipping Point in the early 2000s, and I'm pretty sure the number was around 20%. If you can get a critical mass of 20%, it causes a much larger segment of society to come along, something like that. It's been so long since I read it. I might be confusing it with another book I read, but I know Malcolm Gladwell wrote The Tipping Point, and I'm pretty sure he's arguing that you don't need the majority. You just need a solid chunk of people to make a progression. Because I'm pretty sure he opens up there's some there I forget exactly. I'm gonna have to paraphrase. There was some observation a long time ago about how a group of monkeys or something started behaving a certain way in one part of the world, and then somehow monkeys in other parts of the world started doing the same thing. Are you aware of this?
I'm not, no.
Okay, I have to go back and research, but it's they teach about this, but it's
I'm
all
ready.
related to that maybe somehow, some way in the way
Ah,
that life is
interesting.
connected. So
Yeah, like the unconscious collective.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. Um, okay, so and what about so what do you so what happens when like okay, maybe a different I'll ask a different question. What about the prison planet theory? What's your view on that?
Are we talking about Alex Jones's thing?
I don't think Alex Jones coined it.
I'm pretty
But
sure he used to sell a documentary called Prison Planet. I'm pretty sure he used to sell that on DVD. Uh,
I think Robert Monroe. So Robert Monroe was a researcher. I'm not gonna get this perfect, but he now I feel like I can't even explain it at all. So he created something called hemisync, which was like a series of noises, binaural beats. And there was a sequence of things that you do to get through deep meditation, and there's all these stages. There's like 30 different stages, maybe even more. But it allows you to be able to astral project, to leave your body. From whatever that guy was saying about astral projecting, that didn't from what I know about it, it's not seen into the future. From what I know about it, it's um like it's something that can happen in between in this very like deep stage of relaxation. Some people can do it just by daydreaming. Um,
The show we were talking about that we both seen, the woman is essentially able to travel through her mind to other places and see things essentially in real time. It's almost like she's got her own camera going where it needs to be. So
that reminds me of like this thing where the name of it is slipping my mind, but it's where you can uh it's you visually, or you see in your mind's eye. Oh my gosh, I can't recall what it is. But you're able to see events as they're happening in real time. It's something that people did it with on Mars, a million years ago. Remote viewing, thank you. Yeah, remote viewing. So, I think of those as different. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that or where I'm going now. So,
well, it's obvious you're looking into a lot of things, doing a lot of research, which is what everybody should do. But yeah, I probably know as much about those things as you do. I mean, I'm interested in them as well, but I don't know. I don't have any personal experiences. I would recommend that show though, if you guys want to look it up. It is a very interesting and well done show. The one about the astral projection, remote viewing. That's actually what that monograph says. He says he's a remote viewer. But his thing, it didn't make sense because from what I understand about remote viewing, it's not about seeing the future. So anyway, it was actually really creepy. And again, Montegraph, he now compliments my work on the regular, but it's actually just a really creepy thing because not only did he predict something was going to happen on that Christmas Eve where a car crashed through two walls of my house, but I still remember what he did for that. New Year's Eve, he went on and he was drunk and he was talking about me and dead squirrels. And the next day, somebody put a dead squirrel on my property. And I was like, wow. So,
that
who,
doesn't
yes,
sound like
somebody
he's seen the
somewhere near me,
future.
huh?
It doesn't sound like he's seen the future. It sounds like he's the one who's
Exactly. And if you look into Montegraph, I mean, people like him because he's kind of an interesting guy, but he's also a creeper.
Birdie.
Once upon on YouTube, there were a lot of stories about people being harassed by Montegraph and him mailing dead animals to them in the mail. So, in light of what happened with me and the dead squirrel, I have no doubt that those stories are true.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't. Have you heard of Dr. Heather Lynn?
It sounds familiar, but I can't place it right now either. So,
She's kind of an archaeologist, I believe. But she's really fascinating, and she's talked a few times. She talks a lot about the Anunnaki and witchcraft and the dark side of the Kabbalah. So I don't know. She's very fascinating.
she's got a lot of books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely heard her name before, but also not super familiar. But yeah, it looks like she's into interesting subjects. So, okay. Anything else?
That's my dog Birdie. I don't know if you can hear her.
I heard her. Yeah, yeah.
And my cat. I don't think I have anything else. No, I have nothing else.
All right. Well, appreciate all that you gave us to think about tonight, and yeah, also bringing this to our attention. Just another weird death in show business. 36 years old. So, no cause of death reported. All
Of
right.
course, anytime. Thank you so much.
All right. You have
All
a good
right.
night.
You too. Bye.
All right. Take care. Yeah. Again, I've talked about this day in death many a times because again, it's the 228th day of the year, and death is 228. And look, another celebrity who dies right before their birthday, too. 5 days before she would have turned 37. She was in Palisades where the fire happened. Born in 89, the same year as Taylor Swift. She died 360 days after her birthday at age 36. There's definitely something up with that. 360 degrees in a circle. Geometry is 36. I've never seen Heroes. It's funny, when I lived in Seattle, there was this guy that was obsessed with that show. He said, I was like, you got to watch Heroes. He stopped talking to me when I learned Gematria. He was like, what? It's crazy how people just hate this information, even though to me it's just the greatest thing ever, man. How else are you going to go 17-1 on your sports picks? Let's see. Heroes. Ooh, Heroes got that 34. 24. You know, today has 70 date numerology. She's dead on a 70 date numerology. 8 plus 16 plus 20 plus 26 is 70. What was her character in Heroes? I bet it's synced with that show. Claire Bennett. Guys, it's about geometry. You see how her name's 108? Geometry 108. Dead 360 days after her birthday at 36. Circles. Something about circle. Is it? Doesn't the Heroes logo have a circle? Heroes show. Let me see. It's like an eclipse. Oh, it's an eclipse. Yeah, she's dead right after the eclipse. Man, she's dead 4 days after the eclipse. 4, the number of death. Yeah, there's something up with that. The eclipse is part of the thing. That's supposed to be an eclipse right there. That's supposed to be a total solar eclipse. Sun's covered. 4 days after the eclipse. And you know what else? Look at this. Total eclipse, right? 137. Today leaves 137. Ooh, total eclipse 70, like Heroes. Okay, starting to come together. And you know, what was the 108 I just saw a second ago? Her character name. Remember, the old school teaching for the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon is all about 108. The diameter of the Sun is 108 Earths, and from the Earth to the Sun is 108 suns side by side, and from the Earth to the Moon is 108 moons. And they say it's that ratio, even though they're different sizes, that makes for the perfect eclipses. And you see how Claire Bennett is 54 and 72. I mean, she's dead on a Sunday, right? Jesuit orders 54 and 72. Sun's 54. The sun moves 1 degree on the astrological wheel every 72 years. Let me see this Heroes show release date. It came out September 25th, 2006. Man, it's crazy the way time flies. I moved to Seattle just shortly after that. And this guy I'm talking about, him and I were working together at the group home. He was a lot older than me, but he was a lot older than me, but he dated women younger than me. He was a weird guy. He met girls. He'd just go to every dance event he could go to in Seattle. He met all these young girls dancing. He oh my God, he seemed so gay too. It was funny, man. He seemed like the gayest guy ever, but he'd get super offended if you said, dude, are you gay? You seem gay. Hold on. September 25th, 2006. Or wait, well, God, it's been a long time. Woo, time flies. 19 years. And there's a cycle of 19, huh? The moon's on the 19-year cycle. Talking about that eclipse thing. 325 days. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Yeah, 325 days. 40 days to the upcoming. It went 4 seasons. Look at that. It went 4 seasons. She's dead 4 days after the eclipse. Ended February 8th. That was the day of the Super Bowl. A mini-series premiered on... When did the mini-series end? February 8th. Only 13 seasons. Yeah, it's definitely that eclipse in the heroes thing. 4 days after it, 4 seasons, the whole geometry thing, like I just said. Total eclipse 137. She's dead. Uh I have not seen the show, so if I saw the show, it'd probably make even more sense to me. But the high school cheerleader. Save the cheerleader, save the world. The way these people string events together, I'd say people from High School Musical better look out. There could be some cheerleader story connected to the upcoming NFL season. The best known group of cheerleaders in the NFL are the Cowgirls. I bet it doesn't end here. I bet it extends into something else. Maybe it'll be George W. Bush. He's probably the most famous cheerleader of all time. George W. Bush, cheerleader and president of the United States. Speaking of which, God, man, it's kind of creepy. Today is 41 days after his birthday. Him and his daddy are skull and bones. Could it be? If you guys didn't know, yeah, big time cheerleader George W. Bush, cheerleader captain, head cheerleader, head cheerleader. His daddy was number 41. Again, there's a lot of bodies connected to the Bush family. You guys think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It could be about that. Where did she die at? Remember, Skull and Bones is the Brotherhood of Death. Where did this girl die? They didn't even say where she died at. We don't know how she died or where she died, but they got the news. She's dead. We don't know how or why, but she is dead. Okay. Let me check if Sally G wanted to add one more thing. Sally, did you have more to add to this? She might just be listening in the back.
No, I'm sorry. I do have something more to add, but it's not to this. The Robert Monroe and the prison planet thing and Loosh. So Robert Monroe would do these things called he would have these out of body experiences, and while he was having these out of body experiences, he realized that there were these entities that were feeding off of every living thing, but specifically humanity.
Okay. Interesting.
And then Gnosticism is basically about, the prison planet theory as well. Right. Sorry, my dog was outside. But that's just what I wanted to add. But it doesn't. So I was wanting your opinion, but I didn't know. I guess you had said that earlier. Is that you didn't know much about Robert Monroe?
No, I've heard his name, but I'm not super familiar.
Okay.
I'll look
Okay.
more into all of it, though. I appreciate the additional information.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks.
You
All
have a
right.
good night. Appreciate
You
it,
too.
Sally.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Take care. Yeah, I'll put up a short post on this with the person in here getting in here telling me that she died. Yeah, we just covered it. If you just want to rewind the stream about 5 minutes, they'll put out more information, but it's obviously about heroes. Her character name equals 70, like heroes. She's dead on 70 date numerology. The show ran 4 seasons. She's dead 4 days after the eclipse. The heroes artwork for the show shows an eclipse, and then everything else I just said. So you can rewind. Swift has a song with cheerleader. Yeah, she's born in the same year as Taylor Swift. It could be related. could be related. Taylor Swift connected to the NFL now. Kansas City Chiefs, her man plays for. They started out in Dallas, where the famous Cowgirls are. She was a voice actor in Kingdom Hearts. Okay, yeah, that could be connected. All right. All right. Yeah, I'll put up a short video on it in a second. I don't think we have any other callers right now. I'll drop the link one more time. I'll start to put together the post. See if anybody has any other observations on it. Maybe you've seen the show Heroes. Maybe you're able to connect some dots because you know the show. But here's the starting spot. Hayden Pan, and again, her brother died in his sleep not that long ago, right after she raised a bunch of money for the Ukraine war. So there's probably a Ukraine war angle here too, since she was used to raise money for that right away. And again, like I said, every year on August 16th, you got weird deaths because it's the 228th day of the year. Death is 228. Man, show business is deadly business, isn't it? What's her character name again? Claire Bennett? Whatever it is equals 70. Come back to these things later. No cause of death, no location of death. Amazing. Claire Bennett. Or wait, it wasn't Claire Bennett. What was the other 70 I just had a second ago? Shit. There was another 70. What was it? It wasn't just Heroes. It was... Is it our actual name? I forget. We just decoded something else, and that we had two 70s here. She's got the 170 in her name, like Sacrifice, and the 262 like Faustian Bargain. That's going to drive me nuts. Oh, is it Total Eclipse? Is that what it is? Total Eclipse. That's what it is. Heroes. Total Eclipse. The Heroes artwork shows a total eclipse in the O of Heroes. Today also leaves 137 days in the year. Heroes ran for 4 seasons, and she has died 4 days after the total solar eclipse of August 12th, 2026. That day had a lesser date numerology of 46, which is a sacrifice number. It also had a 66 date numerology. Woman is 66. A woman ends up being the sacrifice. What's her character name again? That was her brother. It's set in Odessa, Texas. God, okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Odessa, Texas? Is that a real city in Texas? Yeah, it is. Okay. It's quite a drive to Dallas though, but just Dallas is definitely known for their cheerleading squad. And the Bush family did grow up in Highland Park in Dallas. So I think there probably is a connection to George W. Bush, who's a world famous cheerleader. Her character name factors in. Claire Bennett equals 108. geometry equals 108 and 36. The sun, earth, and moon have the... if you guys ever read my post, you're like, what are you talking about, the special 108 relationship? Just look it up. I just explained what it is. It's what factors into eclipses. Here, let's see if Google... what is the relationship between the sun, earth, and moon and the number 108 and how it factors into eclipses? The AI, did I not type it out right? They give you this, okay, they give you this right here. They give you an image. So, okay, rather than words, they give you an image. But yeah, that's exactly what I just explained. So we'll just put this picture up here. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Okay. It's already after 9. But yeah, boom, there it is. So I think that is the main extent. And then I saw it was 182 weeks from her brother's death to her death. I don't know. I bet there's something to that, which is the 139th composite. I bet there's something to that 182 that I'm missing right now. I bet that's not an accident that they died exactly 182 weeks apart. Let me see what the most common 182s are. Hey, the creator of the Gematria calculator. He's 182. Yeah, once they put out fake death is 182. Now that's interesting. Maybe her and her brother are on to... That's interesting. Fake death. Could it be? We'll see if they say she died in California. You know, that's where these entertainers are a lot of the time. Dark Side of the Moon. Okay, that's interesting. Mystery Babylon. Lake of Fire. Marco's tempted to call back in. He wants to talk about the August 2nd eclipse. It's like, should I call back in or should I write another hate post against Zach? Planned Parenthood. Natural disaster. Those are going on. Yeah, I'll wait until they put out more information. Crown chakra. I wonder if somehow, some way that could factor in. I know there's something to them dying exactly 182 weeks. Rest in peace. Now that's interesting. What RIP stands for? Wow. Wow, rest in peace. The Skull and Bones. That doesn't sound right. The Virgin Mary. Now that's interesting because yesterday was the Assumption of Mary. I don't know if they were Catholic. Hold on. Gematria 32, filibuster for me for a second. I'll be right back. Can you hear me?
I think she was the little girl in Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll look that up. Filibuster for me. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds.
Well, Remember the Titans, I think, has a gematria of... Wait, let me double check. I don't want to put this out. Yeah, Remember the Titans equals 78. And I want... What day was it released? The movie? September... The release day of Remember the Titans is September 29th. Oh, that's a big Bible number. So... Wow, 44 days. 44 days. Jack has to double check this.
If she was in Remember the Titans...
I think it's 44 days to the release date of Remember the Titans as well.
Well, I was going to say, if she's in that, so many people have died connected to that movie. And I see that she was in the show Nashville as well, where the Titans play. and Nashville is associated with Elvis, and today's Elvis death anniversary. So yeah, that's definitely got to be part of it too. She was in because it's Elvis's death anniversary.
Yeah, the release day of Remember the Titans is September 29. That's that 929. That's a big Bible number, Zach. 929 chapters, right?
Say that again.
929 chapters in the Bible, right? Books or something like that. What was it? I'm
Oh yeah,
blanking out right now.
929 chapters in the Old Testament.
All right, I'm correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's the
He's
release
down
date
on the
of the movie.
49th anniversary of Elvis.
Mm.
There's got to be something to that too. Is Elvis Presley 49 in reverse? No, it's
I
not.
see there's a connection with Denzel. He was in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have my stuff.
Oh, wait. No.
His birthday's December 28th, I think, right? Denzel?
I know it's in December. The Diddy's used to having tragedies on Denzel's birthday. Let's see. Yeah, but okay. Let me see. Was she in Remember the Titans? Because everybody and their mom has died connected to that movie, except for
She was the
Denzel.
little girl in the movie, I think. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. I think I remember that.
Is she?
I read it in
Yep,
my
she
bio.
was in Remember the Titans. That movie turned 20. Man, time flies. That movie turned 26 years old.
She was the coach's daughter in the movie, I remember. Yeah.
That movie has so many bodies connected to it. It's crazy. The Titans also play in Nashville, and she was in Remember the Titans. Let's see. You said 929. Yeah, you just said it. 44 days. They're not going to come out and say she died from cancer, are they? Man, it'd be a span of 322 days.
I saw something else with this, but I can't remember. I just seen it. I should have wrote it down, but is it something with the football season? The Titans connection? It's one of them things I just breezed by. I should have wrote it down anyway. But that's all I had. She was in that movie, and that 44 number and kill and everything is big. So yeah, by the numbers again, undeniable. Thanks, Zach, for
All right, yeah, nice
documenting this.
additions. Yeah.
Good night. Good.
Yeah. All right, we're starting to make some progress on this thing. So yeah, the Nashville and the Hero Show both perfectly factoring in. What's up? Open up.
Yeah, what's up? I just wanted to add a few things. She was in Scream 4 and Scream 6. So just going with the 4 and the death.
4-6. Yeah, sacrifice 46.
And I was going through her IMDb. It says she was an actress in 74 roles. And just going through some of these, like the titles and her character in these, almost all of them have some kind of sacrifice numbers linked. Like she played in, I think it's called I Love You, Beth Cooper. Beth Cooper equals 46. She played in A Breed Apart. That equals 46 and 206. Her most recent film was Sleepwalker. That came out earlier this year on January 9th. That has the 170. but Sleepwalker equals Sacrifice in 3 out of 4. She played Sarah Pangborn in one role, that equals 62 and 73. She had a film called Amber Alert, that equals 67. And she played another role as a character named Cheryl Yost, that equals 130. So all of those are all like sacrifice numbers. But yeah, her most recent one, Sleepwalker, that equals 170. So that goes with her name and the total eclipse from earlier.
Cheryl Yost has the 50 and 58 like Bush. I think there is a Bush connection here.
Yeah. And then the link with her brother that I saw is that today's 187 days from her brother's, I believe her brother's birthday, 187. So
February 19th, 50th day of the year. Today's the 228th. So 178. Oh, yeah, 187 days to his upcoming birthday. Yep. Brotherhood of
yeah,
Death, 187. Society of Jesus, 187. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more. And I mean, like we talked about this before in probably a stream or 2 streams ago. It took me like 5 minutes to find all that stuff, and it makes sense. It's all connected to whatever happened to her. Kind of funny. No location, no reason for death, but they know that she died. So
And yeah, just I mean, again, the eclipse thing makes a ton of sense with Heroes, just right on the surface, because the two things are emphasizing are Heroes and Nashville. And again, Elvis died in Nashville on this day.
yeah. Oh, and then the last thing I almost
He was
forgot.
born in
Her
Palisades, New York, not California. Palisades, New York.
yeah.
Born
The last thing that I wanted to say was her birthday, 21/8, and then she dies on the 228th day. Both death numbers.
Wait, say that again?
Her birthday, August 21st, 21/8.
Oh yeah, yeah, another death type of number, 218. Yeah, in the English.
Yeah. But yeah, Zach, that's all I had to add. I'm sure there's more, but appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Uh, her mom was an actress as well, born April 16th, 56. It looks like she's still alive. This is like the fall of the house Usher. You gotta hold up. I'm trying to get to her mom. Yeah, mom's still alive. I got too many tabs open. Hold up. April 16th. She died 122 days after mom's birthday. Oldie Sus Hominum Salvator. It's a satanic number, too. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but the Elvis piece and the Heroes piece are both big. And we'll see. Sometimes when I've seen this before, when the news of the celebrity breaks at night, sometimes on the next day they've died on a different day. So we'll even make sure that she died on August 16th rather than yesterday. But that's how they're reporting it right now. It probably is today because of the Elvis connection. Oh, snap. And the mom's name, Leslie Vogel, 49. It's the 49th anniversary of Elvis's death. And I think that's how it works, you guys. If you haven't seen the Fall of the House of Usher, that show's done really well. It's about how in 1980, gotta love how they pick the year 80, Satan's 80. Some people make a deal with the devil to be wealthy and powerful, but the deal is that for every child you have to watch them die before you die. And there's a brother and sister that make the deal, and the sister says, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have any children. But the brother's like, whatever, I'm going to have as many kids as I want. And he has to watch a lot of people die. And everyone's super suspicious because they're like, what is going on with this family? How come everybody's dying? And don't forget when you just had the Lil Jon son found in the lake behind his house, synced with Usher performing at the Super Bowl, and we looked at that and we're like, look how perfectly connected it is to the release of The Fall of the House of Usher. Unbelievable. Here, let me pull this up. If you have not seen this show, I would recommend watching this show. It's well done. Oops, I wrote it down. Lil Jon's son dead at 27, like Lil Jon 27. 27 days from the anniversary of Yeah, the song with Usher and Lil Jon. Usher performed at the Super Bowl 727 days later. The son's dead, but hold up. Dead 121 weeks after that show came out. Blood Sacrifice 121. Yeah. I bet there's a lot more to this. I'll wait for tomorrow to do a video on this. Or I don't know, maybe I'll put out a short video and then people will leave good comments as more information comes out. I'll put out a short video on this tonight. I mean, if you watch the stream, you don't need to watch it because it's pretty much this right now. But I bet there's a lot more to this. Leslie Vogel. What movies did it say she was in? She was in Naomi and Ellie's No Kiss List, Sister Sensei, Loving. Came out in 83. That's an interesting year. All right. Oh, we got Joey one more time. All right. We got two more calls. What's up, Light? The internet went out there for a second. I lost the people in the back. If you guys want to come back on, you're welcome to rejoin. The internet went down for a minute. Yeah, again, she died exactly 182 weeks after her brother, who supposedly died in his sleep. I remember that like it was yesterday. And rest in peace is 182. Oh, he died on the kill date, by the way. That was the kill date that month. February 19, 2023 was the kill date. Where is my post for that at? Light, you want to try again?
What's going on, Zach? You hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I didn't know if you well, I was looking at her Instagram page on her last. Did you look at her last post on her Instagram page? I don't know if you did,
No,
but
what was it?
well, she's doing she's doing the one eye symbolism in the last on her last Instagram. It was on July 27th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was July 27th. That was her last Instagram post, and she's with another person, and his name is Randall Slavin, and his name has he's pretty much a director, and he has the 86 in his name for Randall Slavin. Also on his arm, he has the number 4 on his arm. It's the It's on his forearm. It says forever, but it's the number 4, which is connected to the 4 seasons of the heroes. And what is it? Is it 4 days after the eclipse as well?
4 days after the eclipse, like Hero's logo is the eclipse.
Right, right. So yeah, you definitely should probably look at um that Instagram post, because yeah, it's definitely it's definitely something with that 4, I'm sure. 'Cause, like, and she's like clearly doing the one eye symbolism, and I'm sure it's something connected. I think it has to be something connected with this guy in her picture, this Randall Slavin guy.
I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up. Yeah, I got to get the imagery in here. All right, you said it's her Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always, you always got to go to these people's social media. A lot of times they're posting like they're about to die on their social media right before they go.
Mm-hmm.
123 posts, 1 million followers. It's also the 123rd day of her mom's age.
Mm.
Is this the one right here?
Right, right.
Oh yeah, look at that, man. That 4. Wow.
Yeah, it's just like right. It's like it's real bold. Like 4, the number 4, right before all of this happens. 4 days
And
after.
it was posted 20 days before she died. Death, time, cross, all those things are equal 20, and a cross has 4 points.
Mm-hmm. No.
Did I write that down? Did I write down that the show went 4 seasons and she's dead 4 days after the eclipse? Did I forget to say it? Oh yeah, I did. I wrote it right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great catch. Her last social media post shows a man with the number 4. I mean, how many times have we talked about? I hate that we talked about all this stuff so many times, and somehow, some way, this work just seems to get worse. Like it gets somehow, some way, it shows that with each passing day, the work gets less attention. It's like, how's this even possible?
Like, hey, every time a death pops up, like I said, I do some numbers, crunch the numbers myself, and whatever I miss, I'm sure I usually wait for you to pop up and make a video on it, because I mean, it's no denying that it's always connected to the gematria, man. These deaths are always connected with the gematria, always.
Yeah, that's a huge piece of it, but it's also like understanding the ritual too. It's like, okay, Nashville, it's the anniversary of Elvis dying in Nashville.
Like,
Heroes, their logo's the eclipse, 4 seasons, 4 days after the eclipse. And then, yeah, the gematria just makes it undeniable,
right.
Yeah. You said that guy's name is here, who this person is?
Yeah, it's Randall Slavin. It's in
I
right
see it
in.
right there. Randall Slate. I guess I can just get to his page right through here, huh? Oh, he doesn't have nearly the following. Who's Randall Slavin?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like I guess some type of some big time director or something like that. But he's more like,
Yeah,
I guess, low key than she is.
we'll look into that.
Oh, and he was 56 years old. He's 56 years old right now too. So,
How old is her mom? I need to go back and look at that. Randall Slavin. Randall Slavin. Oh man, it's almost his birthday. His birthday's in 3 days. He's got the same birthday as Bill Clinton.
August,
It's
August
both of them,
19th.
yeah, both of them have almost the same birthday.
Yeah.
Randall's. Man, his name's, man, he's got the 86-212. We just passed the 212th anniversary of the Jesuit suppression. But that's interesting, the 49, because again, I think her mom's name had the same 139-49 connection, didn't it? Leslie Vogel.
Yeah, I heard you was mentioning the 49 earlier. So when I popped his name, and I was thinking that 49 had to do something with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's definitely something to that. Randall Slavin, what's he known for? Oh, okay, he's a photographer.
But yeah, Zach, that was all I have for you, man. I appreciate you for your work, man.
Yeah, great additions. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt. Peace.
See it. He's Legends of the Fall, big movie at the time. Primal Fear, that was a big movie with Edward Norton. That movie's crazy. I haven't seen Angel or Generation X. Connected to 24 movies. Her last social media post. How often did she post on social media? Was that normal for her to take 20 days off? July 21st. So she hasn't posted for a second. Dear, the world never knew the woman underneath it when her daughter was born. All right, hold up. Is this about does she have a child? Oh, okay. The story that's viral in the news. Remember we had the 47-year-old father who supposedly killed his family, and then on the back of that was the trial for the mother who killed her 3 children at 47 Summer Street. And the conversation with that is that she was dealing with postpartum depression. And one of her last posts, she posted this on the anniversary of apparently she was dealing with postpartum depression. They're not going to come out and say that she killed herself, are they? From postpartum depression after this post on July 21st. That was 26 days before today's news. Yeah, they'll, because right now they haven't told us where she died or how she died. And if they did that, it's like, okay, that's a big conversation with that story going on in the news right now. And apparently she just put out a book about dealing with postpartum depression. Is this a new book? Her name is so hard to spell. Is this like some special way to spell mommy? The book is 320 pages. Roman Catholic Church 320. You know the Gonzaga campus where the fire just happened? It's 320 acres. They love that 320. Remember the George Floyd 320 ritual? Oh, that book came out on the 139th day of the year. The guy who she posed with, his name's 139 and her mom's name is 139. Hold up. 89 days later. Chaos 89. Yeah, see, the book's about this postpartum depression. Coping with the sudden death of her younger brother. Man, I hope they don't come out and say that she killed herself. You know, if they do, you guys, you see how Heroes has the 34? Remember, Murder's 34, and so is SUICIDE. In the 90s, Bob Dylan's song had that big song, Heroes. I think it was for the Godzilla soundtrack. What were they called? The Wallflowers? I gotta see if somehow this could factor in too. 98. Man, time flies. 98. Oh, yeah. It's a David Bowie song, isn't it? It's actually a David Bowie song, but they just did their own version of it that got popular. I'm going to skip all that for now, but there could be a connection here. We'll wait and see what they say. I have a feeling that is where they're going to go with this. We'll see. 89 days after the book came out, I meant to run the gematria of the book. This is me, a reckoning. The title of that book's got the 199, the 46 prime, that's sacrifice, and 107 like ritual sacrifice. And we are going right into the 107th NFL season. And like I was just saying, she's known for being a cheerleader. I was saying I could see this factoring in with some other cheerleader story. So I have a feeling there's gonna be. That's how these people play, man. It's like it's like it's the Riddler from Batman, just one evil riddle after the next with these interconnected stories. And I mean, over the years, all that we've connected, and I mean, we've probably connected 10% of the puzzle in the 13 years I've been here. I'm probably still missing the other 90%. Where's the cheerleader piece? You know, the other thing about the book having to do with motherhood and postpartum depression, Mother also has that 34 connection. And it's just such a huge theme right now in society. Just, and I swear to God, these people know that if celebrities get reported for committing suicide, they know it pushes people to do. They're like, man, if she killed herself, I should really do it. Because yeah, a lot of people are really going through a hard time, and people are so influenced by the world of celebrity and just what's on TV. Make it cool to be. You see what's happened in society in the last 20 years. Culture pushes it, the kids do it. This is me, a reckoning. Uh, where did I just? Put this down here. All right, in a second, I'll recap everything we got so far. Let me see if anybody hopped on here. What's up, Joey?
What's up, Zach? You knew that Elvis's full name summed to 81, right?
Elvis Aaron Presley.
And he was born on the 8th day of the first month. You knew that, right?
Yeah, January 8th birthday, yeah.
So just how perfect that his name equals 81 in the most pure cipher. And he was born on the 8th day of the first month, like 81. But
Right.
when Elvis died, do you know where he was 81 days before that? I actually just recently learned this. Guess where he was playing a show 81 days before he died. And guess where that show was? It was in Binghamton, New York. And Binghamton, yeah, and Binghamton equals 167. Elvis Presley alone. But look, there's a 49 in Binghamton. You were talking. Type in Binghamton real quick. Can you hear me still?
Her Elvis's last show was in Binghamton.
One of his last shows was in Binghamton. He played
Okay.
2 nights in Binghamton.
Okay.
And the second night, and he hadn't played in Binghamton ever before. This was his first time ever playing in Binghamton. And it was 81. His last show in Binghamton was 81 days before he died. And I'm wondering the significance of that when I found it. But now I decided to call in about it because we're on the anniversary and this Hayden Panettiere story's breaking. But the reason why I also called is because Binghamton in the most pure cipher, where Elvis Aaron Presley equals 81, Binghamton equals 49. Binghamton was founded on April 9th in history. And you were talking about 49 because Hayden Panettiere's mom, her name sums to 49.
And again, she's dead on the 49th anniversary of Elvis's death.
The 49th anniversary. Can you bring up the calculator just real quick? Because this shit is fucking blowing my mind. You have to see this shit. And also type in Google, type in Binghamton Elvis Presley.
Okay. Hold on. All right.
So from May 27th, 1977 to the day he died was 81 days. And Binghamton equals 167, like Elvis Presley equals 167. Now, I've never found the significance. I found this about maybe 2 years ago. I don't know the significance of why they would have Elvis in Binghamton, but Binghamton does equal 49 in the most pure cipher. But here's the thing. We have a university here. Syracuse, it used to be called Syracuse, be part of Syracuse University. The Binghamton University College here in Binghamton, it used to be part of Syracuse University. And that could tie in because this Carmelo Anthony story. But yeah, it's just type in Binghamton.
I have a feeling this is where they're going to go with it. We'll see. Yeah, Binghamton. Yeah.
49, 167, like Elvis Presley. But why do you think he would die 81 days? Like, why would they have him play in Binghamton when his name equals 81? 81 days before he died.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the history of Binghamton. We know ritual equals 81. They do a lot of rituals around that number, but there's probably something to Binghamton that I don't know. You can research it. You live there. You might figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, the guy who created the Twilight Zone, this is like what he calls his hometown.
Rod Serling, yeah, that
Ron,
probably has something to do with it. Twilight Zone 201. This girl was used in a 201 ritual, raising the money for Ukraine on the 201st day of the war. So
it's just insane how they do it. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah, the 49, like, on the 49th anniversary of Elvis's passing.
yeah,
But he
I
was
must have done my post on her brother on X. I used to do some posts exclusively on there, but again, they deleted my X on right when Trump took office again. Yeah, this is looking like I'm guessing this is going to be it. 20 days after this post about dealing with postpartum depression.
it's fuck, hold on a minute. Okay, never mind. I wanted to look at something. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, Zach. It's sick. Like, I had a lot of friends that Hayden Panettiere, like, she was their celebrity crush. And yeah, I remember that show Heroes, man. Like, I never watched it, but I had a friend too that liked that show just cuz of Hayden Panettiere. But
I'll
man,
have to
this
check it
it's a,
out. Now I'm curious. So,
all right, man. Well, I'm going to get off of here, so peace. I'm going to be listening.
all right. Appreciate it. We got Luis, and then we got Lightback. What's up? What's up, Luis?
Not much, Zach. I just calling to say thank you for what you did today, man. It was crazy. I'm just here smoking a little yak with my sister. She couldn't believe what happened today. But thank you, man. You did great. And eventually the community yesterday, Elohim and Pot Rock doing amazing. They
Yeah,
just
indeed.
I don't
Great.
got no other words. Thank you so much, man. I already sent a little tip to your Cash App so you can know. You can be aware of a winning day today.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you had a big day.
17 out of 18, brother. You're crazy. 17 out of 18 picks today. You're crazy.
Yeah, it was a good day.
It
All
was a
right.
good day. Thank you, man. Thank you. Have a good night, brother.
Enjoy time with your family.
Hey, I will.
Take care.
Take care.
I miss the smoky dope days. I had to give it up for sweet girl. What's up, Light?
Oh snap! I didn't even know I was back in. I didn't. Oh snap! I didn't. I probably got in here by accident. My bad.
Oh, I thought maybe you had something else to add. No,
Oh, I mean, well, did you look up the TV show Genesis? I mean, not the TV show Heroes. I don't know if you.
I looked at it a little bit.
Okay.
Uh, I'm
Well, I
te-
was just.
I'm
Yeah.
tempted to watch it now just because I had that. Like I said, that friend back in the day that always told me I needed to watch it. So,
No, I mean it was a good show back when I used to watch it. I mean I know in the first episode, I looked it up. The first episode is called Genesis, and in the
well, now, okay. You remember what Genesis means? Because now you're talking to me. That means something to me. Because you guys, Genesis means in the beginning, and in the beginning equals 137. She's dead on the day, leaving 137 days left in the year.
mm-hmm.
Wow. Because it goes with the total solar eclipse too. I mean, that's what's right in the logo.
Right. And right and that's what I was saying in the first episode. Pretty much all of the characters in there. They have powers, and it was because of the solar eclipse. It was a solar eclipse in the first episode, and that's how they realized they end up they realized they had powers.
Huh.
So yeah, like that video, the very first episode is like, yeah. So it's like a global wake up where everybody in the show, like all of the characters, they realized they had superpowers and they became heroes because of the solar eclipse.
That is wild. Yeah. Huh. September 25th. That's the day in history that JFK gave his speech to the United Nations where he even talked about weather control. Man, I might have to go watch it. I might have to go watch the first episode. Okay.
Yeah,
Wild.
yeah. There's actually two eclipses, and the first one, the first eclipse gives them the powers, and then the second eclipse happens and it takes their powers away. So it's actually two solar eclipses in Heroes that happen.
Okay. And of course, you got the next one coming up next year on 8/2.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. We got a eclipse in a year from now around the same time. Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, that's all I want to add real quick, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Google's not answer that when I learned what Genesis meant a long time ago, it literally meant in the beginning. And I mean, it is saying it means beginning, but what I was taught is Genesis means in the beginning. I've talked about this numerous times. So Google shortened up just to beginning, but yeah, it says it right here for the Bible Project. It means in the beginning. Perfect. Wow. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's just always more too. It's just that's why you can only put the puzzle all the way together if you have the information, knowing that and it just like we were talking earlier. Open Up called in earlier in the stream about how he used the knowledge today to turn about $10 into nearly 1,000, and we knew 33 was going to be big today because Sunday equals 33, and then 137 days left in the year. And some of the teams have Gematria 33, but he liked the guy to hit his 33rd home run today and put that with about 5 or 6 games that came in and turned a small sum of money into almost $1,000. So it's easier to do when you go 17 out of 18 for the day, which was something that was something that happened quite a bit about a decade ago. But these days it's hard to do that. But we did accomplish it today. If you guys aren't on the Patreon, man, you miss out because it is good to just practice this knowledge. When you guys leave comments like, oh, well, I'm not into sports, it's about learning how to use the knowledge the same way we use it in sports. And see, the thing about sports is we're talking about cities and states and locations and dates and history, and it all translates. You start seeing the same stuff from the news to the sports every day. So when I hear people say, like, I do your Patreon, but I don't like sports, the point is if you want to learn this information and get good at it, and again, it applies, you can take it to the crypto world, you can take it to the stock market world. I mean, this is the knowledge they're using to rig the game, you guys. I don't know how many more times we can prove it. I don't know how many more angles we can come at from. I don't know how many more correct predictions we can make. But yeah, I sadly think that what they're going to say is that it is the SUICIDE word. I think they're going to do that. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but just reading that post about postpartum predict, because my wife's foster mom's here visiting, and they were talking about the murder case and how postpartum depression is a big part of that. And then you got this actress who just came out with a book about it, and yeah, it's just suicide ever increasing epidemic in society because of all the darkness people are experiencing for all the million different reasons. Which is why I like to upload uplifting videos. Speaking of which, I gotta all this darkness. Let me close out with something a little bit nice here. Let me post a little something nice here. Hold on. Damn, I can't tell which one's which. I think this is the right one. Yeah. They let us break the new rules at the water park today. In a way, I kind of felt bad. The weather was a little bit better today. I mean, it was still pretty smoky, but it was the last day of the water park being. I intended to take my daughter.
4 days after that.
Are you still here? What's up? Are you still here, Light? Light, are you still here?
Oh no! Pardon me. Yo, what the heck? I don't know why it won't let
It's
me out of
okay.
here.
It's all right.
Yeah, I hear you, but I didn't know.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second. But thanks again for the information. Definitely add a lot to the decode. All right, I just got to share this too. Let's end it on a nicer note. There won't be any sound because I don't have the sound hooked up. You don't need the sound. Just look at Sweet Girl's face. Yeah, again, I'm out here in Washington State where it's been again my birthday, the same day that she made her social media post about postpartum, July 21st. Woke up, it was all smoky outside. It's been pretty much all smoke ever since. There was one day where it was almost all the way clear because the wind was blowing just right, but every other day's been super smoky, and it wasn't great today, but it was the last day of the water park being open, and she loves the water, so we had to get out there. And today I talked the lifeguard into letting us go down the slide because you're not supposed to. even with adult supervision, they're supposed to be 40 inches tall, and she's somewhere near 40 inches tall. It's just like, can you just let me take her down the slide? Oh, we ended up going down the slide nearly 10 times. She couldn't get enough. We'd probably still be at the slide going down the slide if we didn't just have to leave there. But hold on. Let me see if I don't know. Maybe it won't be big enough. I just uploaded to the shorts. Sweet girl's first time down the water slide. Hold on. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if you can make it out. Sweet girl, man. She was just loving the water slide. Woo! She was all smiles. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, for everyone who doesn't want to have children because the world's such a dark place, the only way it's going to get better is with good parents raising good children. And even we do live in horrible times, and I think about how sad it is that my daughter's summer has mostly been in the smoke. But even still, you can still make life. Almost every day for her is smiles and happiness. But we were intending to spend a lot more time out at the water park, which has been a bummer because technically you're not supposed to take your little ones out when it's smoky, but we had to break the rule today. Last chance to go to the water. Anyway, I was just going to say, for everyone who doesn't want to bring children in the world because the world's a mess, like I said, you got to keep optimism anyway. And even if something absolutely horrible happened to everybody, this thing is, the line of fire comes through here tomorrow and we no longer exist. That sounds horrible, but the reality was, sweet girl, she's approaching 2 years old. Almost her entire life has been smiles and laughs and happiness. So focus more on the positives, what I'm trying to say. I know my channel is dedicated to exposing evil, but I still, every day, I find a way to laugh and still enjoy life. So it's an important thing to do with all the darkness and doom and gloom. And, you got guys like Randy that are always adding the comedic element. So even though it is terrible times in a lot of ways, you still got to find a way to find the joy. But yeah, and I think having children, even though it's not an ideal time to be a child in the world, it can bring a lot of happiness into your life too. So yeah. By the way, yeah, just this from years ago. She established this foundation on March 9th to raise money for Ukraine on the 201st day of her age. Date that can be written 9/3. And now, not that many years later, she's dead. Oh, hold up. I forgot she was married to this Ukrainian boxer. Hold up. Let me check out this angle too before we wrap it up. Let me see. His birthday is the 84th day of the year. The baseball season started on. Look at that, man. 144. Man, we started with 144. I guess we close out with 144. She's died 140. Oh, yeah, and he's a politician over there now, isn't he? He is. Wait, he's 50 years old. There was a 50 when we were decoding earlier. Was it her character name? There was something that came up that was 50. All right. Read about her raising money for Ukraine. Remember Biden and Putin met 201 days into the first Jesuit nation year. The war began in a 201 ritual in the Donbass region. Then she started raising money. Are they still married? They haven't updated this part of the profile, but it doesn't say anything about him getting divorced, so I'm assuming they're still together. Or were together. Something I noticed when I'm at the pool, and I guess it makes sense because it's like every ad now. It's funny how back in the day, every razor ad was for shaving your face. Now, pretty much every razor ad on TV is for shaving your body. I notice every guy at the pool's chest is shaved. I'm like the only guy that still has chest hair. I'm like, wow, is it that out of style to still have chest hair? Okay. I don't know how people do it. When I was in I think I was about a ninth grader. I had this girl that told me that I'd be more attractive to her if I had less hair on my legs. So I shaved my legs. I never did it again. Oh my God, it was miserable. My legs itched. I don't know how people do it. Woo. Anyway, the things you do for girls. Okay. Yeah, I'll do a follow up on this tomorrow. I just have a feeling they're gonna say it's a self deletion. Let me see. Chris Locke with another super chat. Yeah. Chris, you must have got here late. I appreciate the super chat. So we definitely covered that in the stream. But hey, man, appreciate the generosity. Thank you. If you guys got here late, definitely rewind. There was a lot of gems in this stream, a lot of good calls. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you got your wish before I even saw your super chat. Open up. Kirby Reed. Yeah, let me look up those Scream movies real quick. But yeah, Kirby Reed equals 97 like death. Scream 4 and 6, yeah. Odessa, Texas is connected to Friday Night Lights. John Mendoza. While I'm familiar with the name Friday Night Lights, I haven't seen it. Oh, that actor's in there. Friday Night Lights. Kyle Chandler. It ran 76 episodes. Okay, quick recap on the Hayden thing in case you didn't get it from top to bottom. Today, every year, there's just suspicious deaths. The three biggest celebrity deaths on this day are Babe Ruth, Elvis Presley, and Aretha Franklin. You know, one's the king of rock and roll, the other's the queen of soul. But she was in Nashville. Elvis died in Nashville. Graceland's in Nashville. Let me see the gematria of Graceland real quick. Graceland. Yeah, Graceland's got that 38. Wait. Open Up pointed out a 187, but it was also 178. What was the one? I didn't write it down. What was the 187 piece? Or was it Light that pointed out the 187? Damn, I didn't write that down and I already forgot what it was. But whatever that 187 was 178 the other way, like Graceland's 178. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. But in light of her dying on the 49th anniversary of Elvis's death, her mom's name, who's also an actress who's still alive, Leslie Vogel, her mom's name equals 49. And then her mom's name also equals 139. And we saw she just put out that book about the difficulties of motherhood and postpartum depression on the 139th day of the year. And then her last social media post is with a dude who has the same name, Gematria, 139 and 49. She was in Remember the Titans. God, it might have been a while ago, but I think I was still living in Yakima when I did it. But there were so many actors who died connected to Remember the Titans within a short span. And then we looked at it and there were even more deaths in the past. We're like, God, so many people have died connected to this movie. And she was a little girl actress in that movie. She's dead 44 days before the anniversary of the release of that movie. As we know, that's a fateful number. Kill and Execution 44. From the last release date to her death is 321 days later, like a countdown or a span of 322. 322 is associated with the Illuminati. And I was making the point about the Illuminati when she started the Ukraine thing. The founder of the Illuminati died on the 322nd day of the year. Remember, Kabbalah, the physical model, the tree of life, 3 pillars, 22 paths. We were talking about how tree of death equals 492. And he said, man, maybe that's going to get scary this year because the Jesuits turned 492 years old. The tree of death is the dark half of Kabbalah. So here we are the next day. But every year, to be fair, every year there's a weird death on this day. Maybe it's a stretch, maybe not. She's a cheerleader in Heroes. In her character, it's set in Texas. It just makes me think of George W. Bush, famous cheerleader, obviously the President of the United States, in Skull and Bones Order 322. She's dead 41 days after his birthday. Skull and Bones 41, Dallas 41. Again, the Bush family grew up in the Dallas area. Highland Park. Obviously, the father was the 41st president. Really, though, I mean, if you were trying to share this with your friends and family who probably won't do well with the numbers, that just saying dead on the anniversary of Elvis in the Nashville show, I mean, that's something. And then the Heroes thing is obvious, too, because the Heroes logo is the eclipse. Heroes ran 4 seasons. She's dead 4 days after the total solar eclipse. If you think they can handle Gematria, today leaves 137 days left in the year. Total eclipse equals 137. And the most simple cipher. It's always nice when it's the most simple cipher, just the alphabetic order, because that's the easiest one to explain to people. And in that same cipher, in the beginning equals 137. The first episode of Heroes is called Genesis, which means in the beginning. So I thought I put that screenshot up here. Oh, yeah, I did. But, yeah, the day she's died has 70 date numerology. Heroes equals 70, like total eclipse. So, I mean, that also ties in perfectly. And yeah, her last social media post is she married? Because I don't know. Like, pretty secure guy, but if my wife was uploading that to social media with another man, I'd be like, do I need to look at something going on here that I don't know about? Because I don't know about that right there. Looks like you're with your husband or your boyfriend or something. But yeah, you see the big 4 on his arm. Again, 4 is death in the occult, 4 days after the eclipse, 4 seasons. Yeah, that was her last social media post, July 27th, 20 days ago. Death, time, cross, all equal 20. Where did I write the 20 part at? I know I wrote that down. I bumped it down somewhere. Somehow it got bumped way down. And then, yeah, this is the other big thing about the eclipse. Her character name in Heroes equals 108. Geometry equals 108. The geometry of the sun, earth, and moon is all about 108. Again, one more time, the diameter of the sun is 108 Earths. From the earth to the sun is the diameter of the sun 108 times, and from the Earth to the moon is the diameter of the moon 108 times, which gives you the perfect ratios to make the eclipse. Geometry equals 108 and 36. She's dead at 36. Again, her character name Claire Bennett in Heroes is 108. I should try reaching out to my old friend who loved this show. Hey, you want to try Gematria again 13 years later with the show you like, with the death of Claire Bennett? She wasn't even old enough she wasn't even an adult. She was a teenager when the show came out. It's just like the Christy Knowing girl from the Nickelodeon show just died the other day. But yeah, she died exactly 182 weeks after her brother. And there were a lot of things that were interesting there, but rest in peace equals 182. That's pretty easy to understand. We saw the phrase fake death was 182. But sometimes I do wonder because they said her brother just died in his sleep. It's like, what's her brother? Her brother was like 20 years old, just dies in his sleep at age 20. He died on the kill date. He wasn't even 20. He wasn't even 19. He was 18. Wait. No. He was 28. My bad. He was 28 years old. That late night math. But yeah, well, again, right now there's no cause of death. There's no location of death. There's no explanation for anything. Unless it's updated here in the last hour or so that we've been talking about this. But yeah, just reading, seeing how it's that social media post. I just have a feeling that's where they're going to go with it. If they do go with the SUICIDE, remember it equals 34, like murder, like mother, like heroes. And by the way, today does have 34 date numerology. It's got 70 and 34 date numerology past, just like heroes equals 34, and so does SUICIDE. Actually, here let me emphasize that. 8, 16, 20, 26, 8 plus 16 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. That's the life lesson number path. 34, and then just the big way. And again, the thing is, these different paths, they all break down to the same single digit. 34 is 3 plus 4 is 7. 70 is 7 plus 0 is 7. But yeah, I just have a feeling that's what they're going to do. I mean, this been a major theme. A lot of celebrity deaths reported as this, and I don't think any of them are really that. The indestructible cheerleader. And hold on, I haven't seen this movie Nashville, but the character name there is Juliet Barnes. The day of that postpartum social media post is 21/7. I haven't seen that show either, so I can't comment on any of this. See how they put this thing in there about, how it's been tough being a child actor and postpartum depression and struggles with drug abuse and her brother's death. So I feel like they're kind of letting you know that she's been dealing with a lot of darkness. like everybody else with everything going on in the world. Yeah, and then 144 days after her husband's birthday. Unbelievable. Okay. All right, Truth Seeker. We'll do a follow-up tomorrow. I probably will upload a quick video on this just so people can leave comments. That sometimes people leave $1 million comments because they got just the perfect observation. But yeah, we did cover a lot in the stream. It ended up being a pretty long stream, but a lot of good calls. And again, congrats to the winners. What a day. 17 out of 18 on the picks. 17 correct, 1 wrong. Not bad, not bad. Thanks again to everyone who hits the like. If you guys can hit the like, I don't know if the YouTube's playing extra dirty or what, but the last month, maybe last 6 weeks, just the like ratio is terrible. The likes are horrible for the last 6 weeks. So I don't know if it's just YouTube playing dirty games, but yeah, the likes on the videos have been really bad. All right, guys, we'll leave it there for now. Have a good rest of your evening or your day. Until next time.